You want some help? Here.
No. No.
Welcome, everybody. Good evening. Great evening, I should say, even. God bless you all on this wonderful Thursday evening. I've said evening too many times, so I'm just going to keep it rolling. How's everybody doing? We're getting a whole bunch of activity coming on here. People becoming members. Oh, because Diamond Dave donated 10. Thank you for the gifted, Diamond Dave, and welcome to all the 10 new members. You have access to our new emojis, which I was trying to add one. But for whatever reason, 624 by 624 apparently to YouTube is not one-to-one aspect. So I'll have to try that again. That's why it took a couple extra minutes, because I was trying to fix that. What happened to your microphone? Jordan, this is going to be a lot of noise. I wish you would have told me before. Oh, never mind. Hello. Please help. I can't open my snacks. Neither can Jordan. Stick it in the hole. Hold on. Don't do that yet. Let me mute this real quick.
She said.
Nobody even got to hear that one. That's what she said. I said, make sure it's all the way in. And then, who else gifted one? I can't see at this range. Hold on. Got to pull up my pop-out chat.
Mosolf. Probably said that wrong.
Here you go. You're going to need that.
Thank you.
Jordan's computer is almost dead. Who's getting married? Emily, happy almost wedding day. Congratulations. All right. Was there always ads during lives? Yeah, there are. Unfortunately, being a member doesn't get you any. I feel like there should
Unless
be.
Unless it's an edited video.
Yeah, edited videos you can watch ad-free. I feel like they should just give that to all members. Where, like, if you're a member of a channel, they don't play ads on that channel. That's just my opinion. Anyway. Someone else gifted. Sam M with the 5 gifted. Thank you. And welcome to all those people that Sam has brought on board. And all those people that Carrie Ann also brought on board. We love you. How did everybody's Valentine's go? Do you celebrate Valentine's? Do you not? You don't buy into the corporate bullshit? I don't know. Let's hear it sound off in the chat. We were just hanging out, vibing.
If you follow us on Instagram, which you should, at Jordan McKay, you'll see what McKay got me for Valentine's Day. Well, you would have seen.
Oh, yeah. The story is gone. I gave it to her early because I was goofing. And also, like, I'm out to lunch with my mom, and she sends me a picture of exactly what her friend got. She sends me a screenshot. And I was starting to sweat. This was the day before Valentine's. And I was like, are you fucking kidding? It was the exact same thing that I got her.
My platonic soulmate.
It was sitting on the porch in the box. I was like, are you kidding me? Nellcat, welcome to the terrestrial kingdom. So at that point, I was like, whatever.
I also introduced them, so I know I picked a
Shout
good
out
one to introduce my best friend.
Shout out.
That's the only matchmaking I've ever done, and it was 100% successful because they're still happy and married.
No, that is not the only matchmaking you've ever done.
Oh, that's true.
You tried to matchmake my buddy a couple of times.
That's true.
And it has never worked.
Those did not work well.
Dude, my part has a weird little where it goes off to the side here. I didn't really fix my hair because I had to get Kazoo all. I had to fix Kazoo's hair today because his, oh man, it's just a tangled wreck. So that's no fun. Diamond Dave with the super chat. An archer's arrow is true and a knight's attendant is a squire. I think more of you I think of you more than I think of the Roman Empire. Happy belated Valentine.
LOL. Roman Empire.
Oh, yeah. That's how I think of Jordan. She's my lover. What can I say? Let me bring this over here.
So we can actually read it.
Yeah. Sorry for
You got ACOTAR today. Oh, what a fun journey.
pushing back the stream to today. Tuesday was just
We've had some things.
not a fun time. But we're back, and because today is Thursday, we're not doing our normal stream, our normal gaming stream. We're gonna do that tomorrow because we've been putting it off too many times, and I really want to get back to that whole situation. You know, how blocked are you in?
Why?
Can you go and hit the shutter button to focus the camera real quick?
Yeah.
I forgot to do that because you came down later than I thought you were. Well, I was busy trying to get the baloney emoji going up.
Sure.
I was reading 1-star reviews from my workplace, and they're hilarious. I feel like you kind of get the worst of the worst on 1-star reviews.
Is that enough?
Do it again. Here, do it one more time.
It's clear.
On here, it looks a little foggy. I don't know. Go ahead. I'll call it good. If I don't like it, then we'll redo it. Fat Tuesday rocks. I don't even know what the deal is with Fat Tuesday. I'm going to be 100% honest because I was Mormon my whole life. And, yeah. Yeah, I don't even know what that's really about. Tom sniffing the camera in the MLM video was so cute. I love that so much. And I couldn't even really be mad. Even though I didn't have another take that I could do that little bit with. I just left it in for that reason.
That's just the way it goes.
It's just the way things go.
Hit that like button if you haven't already, por favor.
It's a Catholic thing. It gets interesting. I figured it. I almost feel like I knew that it was a Catholic thing. That would make this. So yesterday was Ash Wednesday. Is that what marks the start of Lent? Do you know?
I think so.
Because then it's like 40 days until Good Friday, and then
I think
the day
it has
after
to do
that
with Lent.
is
'Cause my
or the
sisters
Sunday
in
is
college
Lent,
were
or
Catholic,
Easter.
and they always gave up something stupid for Lent because they
Really?
were my sorority sisters, and they weren't really actually practicing Catholic, but they would always give something stupid up, like they would say they were going to stop drinking or something, which is really funny.
In a sorority,
I know.
feel like that. I mean, not to talk down on Greek life or whatever.
No, but that's basically
does
what it is.
seem kind of
That's basically what it is.
difficult. Yes, then it's like, okay. Yesterday was Ash Wednesday. Now we are into the Lent season. Enjoy the fish fries. Is that something you do on Fridays? Because I remember working at Chick-fil-A, they actually, because Truett Cathy, I guess, I thought he was Catholic, or I thought he was Baptist, but maybe he was Catholic, but Chick-fil-A would serve fish during Lent. I never ever saw anybody order it, but, you know, shout out to everybody being able to participate, you know. Yes, no meat on Fridays. So fish on Fridays, but not meat. Because last I heard, fish was the meat, the meat of a fish. I don't know. True, Kathy was Baptist. It was crazy working at Chick-fil-A because I remember one time this dude walked in being fucking annoying, by the way. And he came to me to order, and he had a Polygamy Porter t-shirt.
I've him.
Which is a beer from, I can't remember the brewery company out in Utah. But he's like, he was being so assertive to me that the Cathy family was Mormon. And I was like, they literally aren't, buddy. What? And he just would not buy it. But on the back of the shirt, it says, bring one home for the wives, which I thought was pretty funny. So shout out to that guy wherever he's at. And also to whoever, when I was out to eat with my mom on Tuesday because it was her birthday, somebody recognized me and came and asked me for a picture.
While you were with your mom.
That was awesome.
Notably.
Yeah.
I was like working, so I
it was
didn't
like
get
the
to see
second
it.
time that it's ever happened while we were here in Colorado. One time we were at Target. Mm-hmm. And then this happened. And yeah, on one hand, I was like, oh my God, I'm here with my mom. My mom works in the temple on Fridays, every Friday. And then on the other hand, I was like, it's kind of nice to feel a little vindicated that, you know, it's not just all online made up nonsense that we're out here doing. So if you're in the chat, shout out to you. Loved that, honestly. It was great.
And I was working, so
Jordan was working.
I didn't get anything.
Sorry you got to get a picture with me and not with the better half.
Shut up.
I was told as a kid that meat was luxurious, but fish was too much of a staple to cut from the diet. No idea if that's historically accurate. I guess, I don't even really know. It would make sense because, I mean, historically, you think about the Bible and everything like that is all set generally pretty close to the sea. So I feel like fish would usually be pretty, I don't know. There's probably a reason.
Probably. All right, what
Yeah,
are
if
we
you ever
talking about
see me
today?
out in public, you just come and say hi. I don't care.
I don't care who we're
Because he
with.
was fine. He isn't.
People who have
Give him a
met
high
us in
five.
public have generally met our child, so.
My mom gave me a CFA gift card for Valentine's. It's less morally icky. It's not my money. I would say so. I think they are kind of on the uptrend. They now have is it DEI?
Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Yeah, they have diversity in programs now. So I think the right wingers are done with them.
Well,
I feel like maybe
They
they're
pissed
doing
off
a
the
little bit
right
better.
wingers. Doesn't necessarily mean that
Who
they're
fucking cares. Yeah.
productive or not. But what do we always say?
Right
no
wingers-
ethical consumption under
Yeah,
capitalism.
right wingers have no principles anyway. So even if they're like, this is awful or whatever, I mean, just look at Bud Light. They're back to loving Bud Light. Nobody cares anymore.
Aljabrina. Welcome to the Celestial Kingdom.
Welcome, welcome. For some reason, chicken is meat. Where's the where the distinction is mammal versus not mammal, except for chicken? Okay.
Okay.
Would you be able to eat reptile meat like rattlesnake? I don't know. This is all this is all new stuff to me. Lion at Heart said, anecdotally, I know several queer people who work at Chick-fil-A.
Ironically,
I've gotten
so
hit
do we.
on there before. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you about this. At our Chick-fil-A, 2 Mormons within the span of a week. Like on Saturday, they opened late because I still follow the Chick-fil-A that I used to work for because we know family friends or whatever. Last Saturday, they opened late because of a funeral, because there was a kid who used to work there that died by suicide, and then another person who used to work there and knew that young man also, the same thing happened. I was like,
That's horrifying.
God, it's not just in Utah, but shit, the Mormon machine is grinding America's youth into a paste, honestly.
That's
It's
horrifying.
awful. Technically, chickens are reptile. Sam, why?
It's all the same in my head.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's also popular to work at Chick-fil-A because you don't have to work on Sundays. So if you're Mormon, it's like a really ideal place to work. And if you grew up where we grew up, then you grew up in the same area of a Mormon-owned Chick-fil-A.
My world has been shaken to the core. Shook. It's been shook to the core. Shooketh.
When I worked at the Mormon-owned mall, I used to eat Chick-fil-A on my lunch hour because they had a mini Chick-fil-A in the food court.
It's just a regular Chick-fil-A.
But it's like a mini Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Well, the first Chick-fil-A, I'm pretty sure, was in a mall food court.
Wow. It's bizarre.
If I remember correctly.
That's
I never
when I worked
read
at
the
the
book.
expensive mall. That was my second job at the expensive mall. Working at that mall was really nice, I will say that.
What was the other?
I worked at Express for a while, which was way nice
Athleta.
because of the discount. And then I worked at Athleta for a while, and I miss working for Athleta because of the discount, man. It pains me, but I don't want to have to work retail. Shout out to all you retail peeps.
Yeah, shout out to the retail workers because it is not.
I have too much master's degree debt.
It is a difficult fucking thing to be doing. Anyway. My school got Chick-fil-A every Wednesday, so I have
We'd
a soft
always do
spot
it
for
after temple trips. We'd go as the youth. We would go on temple trips, and then on the way
Because
back,
usually
we'd stop at
the
Chick-fil-A.
owner and operator that was in our ward was usually assigned to be with the youth. So she would use her owner operator privileges even at other Chick-fil-A's to get us the hookup.
Yeah. But that mall is so nice. If you have it, if you're a member now, if you got membership, you can go watch our video. We did a video where we gave you a tour of
We did a little
downtown
mall
Salt Lake,
walk.
and we showed you the mall and a bunch of other spots around Salt Lake. So if you want to watch that, become a member and you can watch it. But it was so nice. Like, it was you know how I feel like most malls nowadays, like especially the ones that we grew up with, are either bulldozed completely or they are like in a weird liminal space type era. Really, with malls nowadays, I have not been to a mall recently that feels like a normal place to be.
Well, we're gonna go to a mall tomorrow. It's an outlet mall.
Well, an outlet mall, but like an indoor mall.
Yeah,
like
but I mean,
department
outlet
stores
malls
and
are
shit.
kind of the same situation. I feel like.
Eh.
Why would outlets be any different though?
Because you're outside. It's the inside that gives.
I want
the
the air
liminal
conditioning.
space.
What the? Yeah. Oh, I guess if you're talking vibes.
Are you gonna
that
come
makes
say
sense.
hi?
Kitties?
I feel a tail wrapped around my leg.
We got baloney.
Anyway,
Yeah, watch.
bougie
It's
mall.
not just the mall tour. It's also Temple Square
We did
whilst
Temple
under
Square.
construction. We'll have to redo it. We'll go out there for when they do an open house of the Salt Lake Temple. I think
yeah.
we should go out and do that. I would like to see it again because it'll be the last chance I ever get to go to the place where Jordan and I got married.
It's true.
We're banished for life now.
Yeah, I don't like going to malls really anymore. Everyone say hello to Baloney. You're just now seeing him.
Beep, 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 beep. Here comes the boy. If you're a YouTube member, how do you see the videos? You can go to the community tab. And then because we also have to post them for the patrons, we can't just do like a members only upload. You just go through the
You'll have to scroll a little
membership
bit,
posts. Yeah, you have to scroll a bit.
but it's there.
Because it was... When was it? Like almost like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
I think. It's crazy. Welcome back, Baloney.
Welcome back, Baloney. Thanks for showing your butt to the camera. I'm sure everyone really appreciates
Yeah,
that.
you're going to get us in trouble.
Can you please cover that up? Where are you trying to go?
Maybe they invite you to the influencers open house. Dude,
Right?
honestly, they should. They want to get the word out there. I will help.
He's stepping
I'm
on your
also
keyboard.
going to be, luckily I'm not clicked on anything.
He's
I'm
trying
also going to
type.
give a scathing review. Here's what Baloney typed. Joey.
Joy. Good job,
Happy
Baloney.
birthday, Riff Chick. Let's go. You got riffs? Let's hear him. I only want to hear the slam riffs, though. Da boy. What else was I going to bring up?
Hi.
Oh, hold on. I know what I was gonna bring up.
Mwah.
I gotta get the pictures real quick. Hold on. Did I have a
Why do
solo
boy
picture?
cats love to be spanked? I would love to know because Baloney is a spank boy.
He's a spank boy for real.
You are a spank boy.
Bononi.
Jumping for Jewy. Baloney.
All right, sorry. I gotta pull this off of Facebook real quick. I'm going.
Benoni.
Fear not.
He is such a sweet boy.
Sends to Joe.
Thank you all for your feedback on the MLM video.
Hell yeah. Somebody in the comments, I don't know if Hannah's in tonight. Hannah, if you're in, sound off.
Come here, Baloney.
Somebody in the comments had mentioned Beehive Meals being an MLM. And I was like, that's crazy because Jordan's grandma did Beehive Meals like when that woman first started. Like she was delivering
from
them
her car
to Jordan's grandma's in her van. So to think that it like kind of blossomed into that is ugh.
This is what we mean by cat spanking.
Hi, Boney
He likes
Bone.
to be spanked right here.
Yeah,
his
just a
favorite
little love tap, nothing too extreme. I don't know, some of these cats are pretty extreme.
Ruby and Jody sentencing is Monday, by the way, for those that are asking.
Oh yeah, it's coming, baby.
Bye, Tim.
Live scene. Night, Tim. Go hang out at work. Here you go. This is me. 9 years ago yesterday, I just went through the cultiest shit of my life. Went to the temple for the first time in preparation to leave on my mission 2 weeks after. So yeah. New lore drop. There you go.
New lore drop.
Everybody tag yourself.
I know
in the
what you're
comments.
going to do. Don't. He's going to drop himself on his side and knock everything over and get coke on my computer.
Looks wrong. Yeah. You're a little bit perverse. And he loves to peep in the shower.
Oh, yeah. He's a little peeper.
This guy needs some therapy. He's just a baby though. My boy cat drools when I pet him.
My grandma's cat did that.
Yeah. Were you weirded out by the temple at first or were you fully in it? I put the blinders on at that point. So yeah. It was a really interesting situation.
I was definitely weirded out by the time we got to the thing. I was like,
The veil.
No.
I was really nervous.
Oh God, hear the words of my mouth.
Oh
God,
yeah, I had the
words of my
blinders
mouth.
on, so I didn't
That was
think anything of it.
I was an anxious mess.
Well, and I had a bunch of family there too, so I feel like the more family you have there, the easier it is to be
'Cause
like,
you're just looking
all
at
of these
everybody
reasonable
else.
people, all of these reasonable people are cool with it. Why would I be the one who has a problem and can't deal?
Yeah.
Which I feel like they encourage people to come with you for your first time, to bring a whole bunch of people, because it gets people in the temple and furthers the indoctrination and shit like that. So
Heather just gave us some knowledge that I don't know if I want it or not. That they like it because that's close to one of their erogenous zones.
ew.
You a freak.
Please. Dude, that's like Tom. Tom will be just getting in these moods where he's just wants to be all over you. It's usually when Baloney's not around.
Yes.
And then sometimes if you pet him long enough,
His glands.
he
need
expressing his glands. That's the only time it ever happens.
Yeah.
Dude. And then it's all stinky. Gross.
Yeah. Demonetized.
I know. That also brings up, we were planning on doing a reaction to the Jubilee thing, but everybody we know is getting copyright claimed by Jubilee.
3 people just recently.
So we're like I don't know. I don't want to put in a whole bunch of work.
Even John DeLynn, who was literally in the video, like flew out to California to shoot the video. And he tried to react to it, and they took his thing down midstream.
Yeah. Is it back up? Maybe.
He did a different one. They did it differently.
Oh, how did they do it?
I don't know. I didn't watch it, but
we
I
should
know
go
Kara's
and look.
got
If they can
taken down, and she spent 6 hours trying to edit it in a way that Jubilee wouldn't copyright her for it, and she did every time. And then Zelf, I think, had similar issues.
Which is fucking stupid and annoying that they do that, because I'm sure if you gave the right amount of pushback, it would be fine. But it's also like you're copyright claiming this, and we're doing a transformative piece. Like, it is fair use, but I don't have top dollar lawyers to contend with you. So,
and most of you have probably seen it at this point. So if there's enough interest, we can do it privately, like for members. And I hate to do that because I don't want to have people miss out on seeing it if they want to watch it. But it's like, I am not interested in getting copyright claimed for
and then
their shit.
Trying to do a whole bunch of crap. I'm surprised Kara spent 6 hours. I would give it 20 minutes, and if it didn't work, then I'd be like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, she was truly a trooper through it. So
lost cause.
Go watch
such
hers,
BS if it's fair use, but
time.
YouTube seems to pick and choose when they uphold that. Yeah,
YouTube's kind of finicky.
Ultimately, YouTube is not the arbiter of that. But they also err on the side of they don't want to get in trouble. So whatever seems to be the most reasonable thing they'll do. You can take it up to like higher levels, but I think that requires going through a lawyer and shit like that.
I'd be like, sure, why not?
It is fair use. That's why it's annoying, because it's not like I'm just re-uploading. I'm watching it. I'm adding commentary. It's transformative. So yeah, the copyright system is so broken. Like, tell me why I would get copyright claimed for 2 seconds of a song that's in the background or whatever.
Yeah.
It's annoying. What was I going to do? Oh, I was going to Mormon stories. Did you see that Kwaku claimed he was more liberal than Kara and Jara?
I did see that.
That's insane.
He was like saying that everybody always makes assumptions about him or some shit.
Yeah, because he said some fucking crazy stuff. Although I would believe him, because
what's his nuts?
Man, he talks way too much about like dressing up as a woman to not be like fully on board with everybody being okay to do that.
Real talk.
Dressing femme. Mormon Stories Pod.
Tell me why.
I'm gonna have to go back.
The cat is posted up.
He is.
We haven't watched the Jubilee video yet, FYI, because when we react to stuff, we always try to do it for the first time with you guys, and so we were trying to figure it out. So we actually haven't seen it yet. I've heard that it's terrible, though. I heard that Cardin made an ass to himself, which is like unsurprising.
Yeah, he compared being gay to having cancer.
Oh yeah,
that guy. Oh man,
he is a cancer on the earth.
He is the worst. I'm just recently learning that's what his name was. He's just the Ward Radio guy or the Midnight Mormons guy to me.
Yeah. I'd be here for a Kwaku drag arc.
Yeah,
if he left
redemption.
His dumb shit behind.
If he didn't want to be an ass, then it's all cool.
You were kind of in the way.
He's not in the way of any of us.
I know.
Airplane ears. They would have done. I don't see this video anywhere.
Oh, here it goes.
Maybe they did it on. They might have just done it on Facebook.
Don't plop. You're gonna plop on the keyboard.
But it's a joke, so it's obviously not something he actually wants to do. Except he did do it. We watched in one of the episodes that he was on of Prosvo's Most Eligible. Everybody was dressing in costumes or whatever. I can't even remember what it was for. And he wore a dress.
Where's Tom?
If I am not mistaken.
No, he did.
Can other people back me up? I'm pretty sure he did.
We all watched it.
Yeah. And there's a gay man who left his gay lifestyle to live a Christ-like life. Oh, is that in the Jubilee thing? I haven't watched it still, just in case we do want to try and do it. Because I want to a real reaction. Those people who are like, oh, the ex-gay or the ex-atheist. Oh my, like I almost never believe. Obviously, you can't just become not gay. You can make a choice in your life that you're not going to live your true self, but you can't not become ex-gay. But I feel like those stories are kind of, especially the ex-atheist one, or like, oh, I used to be a witch and then, or a Satanist, and then I turned to Jesus or whatever. I feel like it's almost always a fucking bit.
Both of my cats and my new guide dog have joined me to watch baloney. We love when you guys send us pictures of your animals watching baloney and Tom. It's so cute. Yes, both cats are orange. Tom is like a lighter orange. I don't know where he is though. He was down here. He was loafing on the floor. But now I don't know where he went. We just have Mr. Ballones. Mr. Benoni. Post Balone. Anyway, so what are we going to talk about today?
Oh!
You're really the one that kind of did the planning.
I mean, this is all pretty freeform today. We're just vibing. We got to talk about the Super Bowl. Hello. Anybody watch the Super Bowl out there? Any Kansas City fans? Any San Francisco fans who are unfortunately coping? Or
I wouldn't
Swifties?
cope too bad. They played a hell of a game.
They did play a good game. They went to the Super Bowl.
They played a hell of a...
They were still their
up
conference
until the
champion.
last few fucking seconds. They played a hell of a game.
Most Jubilee contestants are just clout demon grifters, but I know several of the trans and gay people who have done their videos, and they are great people. It's just either or. No. Okay, yeah, I feel that.
I had to root for somebody in the Super Bowl, and so of course it's going to be the Chiefs because I'm a Swiftie and I hate the 49ers because our team generally sucks.
Oh, Usher fans sound off.
Broncos generally suck. And so it was nice to see John Elway, though. That was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah. Growing up in Colorado.
John Elway's like a staple here.
Who you going to call? John Elway.
John Elway.
Shout out to my fellow Coloradans.
Chiefs played a hell of a game.
Just north of KC by 30 minutes.
Didn't give a crap. Hey, well, we like the Eagles here, too.
Oh, my God. The he gets sus thing. I could not believe how much they got that fucking bread, dude.
Heggetsus. Usher was good. I officially felt old when I'm the person that's enjoying the performer at the Super Bowl.
I know. I remember being young and the year that Tom Petty played the Super Bowl. And I was like, who is this freaking fogey? This old dude.
I was so glad he did at least a little bit of confessions. Oh, man, it made me happy. Such an inappropriate song to have, like, get popular in the mainstream, but, man, I loved it. Also, Alicia Keys looked bomb as hell.
I know.
He was getting all up in arms with her. He got married 3 days before the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he got married like...
And Alicia Keys is married, too.
Very recently, but, you know...
I would be like, ooh.
It's the couple's ruse, you know.
It's the couple's ruse. It's the chemistry. The commercials were shit. I can't think of really any that stood out.
So glad Taylor Swift's team won.
Same.
Us too. What a game.
You know what I was thinking about the other day?
It was a good game.
I was thinking when she was playing, like when she was playing the Super Bowl, because that's what it is in my mind. I was thinking when we were watching the Super Bowl, how people have talked about how she has enough money that she could just buy the fucking Chiefs if she wanted to. And that knowledge just gives me so much happiness. Like, can you imagine if her and Travis break up, which I hope they don't, but can you imagine what a baller move it would be to buy the fucking team?
That's a standard billionaire.
That would be amazing. I would just, the pettiness, I would be here for it.
They didn't air the Scientology commercial. Was there a Scientology commercial that they were supposed to air?
I would have found that more entertaining than Hiketsus.
I know, the Hiketsus. Did you send me that video, the Dan McClellan one?
No, but I just came across it.
I feel like...
I don't... My personal opinion, here's my opinion as a person who's watched Taylor Swift since she became famous. And I tell this to McKay all the time. She's fucking weird. you guys. She's weird. She's bizarre. She's awkward. She's socially awkward. She masks really well in certain situations, but overall she's awkward. And I truly think that Travis is just her embracing truly who she is, like awkward and silly and goofy. Like I feel like that's just who she is, and I think that's why Travis is such a good match for her. Because
Okay, there was a
always been
Scientology
weird.
commercial.
She's always been
I want
weird.
to see the Scientology commercial.
I don't think we can watch it.
Why not? It's just an ad.
We're gonna get claimed.
If they get claimed, we'll just cut it out. I would love... We've never been there. They can't...
Heketsus.
I don't
That's
care.
that's how I read it in my brain.
Heketsus. I always read it, he get sus. Like, no comment on SpongeBob, McKay. You finally got to perform this song from Band Geeks. What? Did I miss that?
We didn't watch it on Nickelodeon.
Oh, was that... Did they do that on Nickelodeon?
Yeah, they watched it from...
Oh.
Taylor is an awkward millennial through and through. Like, did he get... Like, people talk about the coach comment. Like, did he get in his face and was it inappropriate? Yeah, totally. Did he apologize for it? Did his coach say that it was fine? Do they have a relationship where that is probably more normalized, especially when you have cortisol pumping through you, like, in an insane amount? I'm not trying to justify the behavior because he owned it. His brother said it was wrong. Like, he apologized. Like, I think everybody's on the same page that it wasn't good behavior.
SpongeBob and Patrick did commentary. Well, I don't have any way to watch Nickelodeon. We don't have cable.
I'm not a SpongeBob fan,
And
so
Jordan,
we wouldn't have watched
Jordan
it.
wouldn't allow that.
I know that's going to get me canceled, but...
Rebecca, you love Scientology. I would encourage you to rethink that because
they're not great.
that is not the play. Let me tell you. Taylor has always
Watch the
been an
documentary.
awkward, millennial, quirky girl. I hate that people don't accept that. Yeah, it's...
Did you see her behavior at the Grammys? Girl is awkward as hell. Do I get the ick watching her sometimes? Sometimes I do, because she's awkward and socially weird, and that's just who she is, and we should just embrace it.
Let's watch the Heget Sus ad.
Heketsus.
And then I wanted to watch Dan McClellan.
I didn't watch the Netcast. Guys, I'm traumatized by SpongeBob. I'm sorry.
Yep. What are we saying? Decide for yourself about? Kathy?
Do, 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 do.
Yeah, where did everybody watch the Nick cast?
It was on the Nickelodeon channel, I'm assuming.
Where's the Nickelodeon channel?
Don't they still have a Nick channel? I assume.
I don't know.
They called him
I
Taylor Swift's
just assumed
boyfriend the
people
whole
didn't
time. I
have
loved it.
cable anymore.
He washed feet. See, I can't stand SpongeBob. I'm
Feet!
sorry. We are
Can we watch
talking
the
about
short
we're gonna watch
version?
one of the ads from the Super Bowl, and hopefully not get claimed.
I don't think we will. I think we should be fine. Honestly,
The music, though, maybe you
honestly,
need to mute it.
they should. Yeah, maybe let's mute it.
Mute it
That'll
because-
probably be what gets us. I saw clips.
The
on
music is irrelevant anyway. It
Yeah,
doesn't add anything.
I don't
It's
think
just
there's
like-
any dialogue. If
No, there's not.
Oh, Paramount Plus. Do we have Paramount Plus?
Yeah, that's what we were watching. It on.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Oh,
Decide
decide
for
for yourself
yourself.
was the Scientology tag.
Oh,
Kathy, I
interesting.
was a little worried. I thought you were saying decide for yourself if Scientology is bad, and I was like, oh, you will be deciding very quickly that they are. They
No,
are in fact
Kathy
bad.
was giving us information.
Thank you, Kathy. I didn't want. That's why I was asking for some clarification. Right off the top
SpongeBob is dumb.
there.
I'm sorry. I hate it.
Jordan is a certified hater
I know.
when it comes to SpongeBob.
I'm a hater.
So there was too much slime.
The
Name a
uncanny
critique that you-
valleyness of Scientology is interesting. I'll
Name a
give you that.
critique that you could make of the Nick cast of the Super Bowl and something you could say in the bedroom. There was too much slime.
Oh my god. This episode is being
Demonetized. All right. All right, tag yourself.
Decide
in the-
where for yourself where Shelly is, really though. Where is Shelly?
I've
Hi,
decided,
Grace.
and it is bleak. Hi, friends. What up, Grace? Okay, we're gonna go over here
Sim streams are coming back. We've just been off on a weird
tomorrow.
schedule.
Tomorrow, yeah. So we can make up for
Allie Butt Stinky is behind Heketsus.
I don't think so because all of her besties
Hate it.
hate it. Anyway, we're going to play this on mute.
No hate to anybody who loves SpongeBob. I'm just traumatized by it.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll break this down. I wish I could remember the creator who was pointing these things out. But we'll go through them. You can see the dichotomy. Here's an older person and a young person, and the young person's washing the feet.
Nasty. I don't like
And
feet.
then a police officer and a black man, and the police officer's washing the black man's feet.
And then the popular girl looks like she's straight out of Mean Girls, Regina George, with the queer-coded girl.
Mm-hmm. And then
We have a white guy and an indigenous man.
the colonizer and the indigenous man.
We've got Planned Parenthood.
And then
Is that
a
Trixie
protester.
Motel back there?
Yo! Shout out Palm Springs. And then the protester.
The protester.
And then it looks like the addict or the alcoholic and the sober person who
Child, maybe.
probably related.
Maybe.
It looks like there is words
another
to that.
indigenous person, I assume.
I want to see that one again. I couldn't remember what it
I
was.
can't see. It was too fast.
Oh, the climate activist
climate
and the oil
activist.
field worker.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then
Oh, what is going on here? Oh,
the migrant.
the migrant
And then the
and
white
mom.
suburbanite mom.
Because that's where they get dropped off, is just in neighborhoods like that.
Yeah. I think
Someone
I'm
with a
going to
hijab
say
and-
Muslim and the white folks washing their feet. Maybe there is words, but I don't know, honestly.
The activist and wait, what was that one supposed to be?
Go back. Sorry. The activist and then the
Another activist or somebody on the opposing side, maybe.
shut him up, let him speak. This one's a little nebulous.
Censorship. This one's a little weird.
And then an old white
Old
man
guy?
and an old black man.
Okay.
That's what I'm assuming. Days gone by. And then the
Queer fella.
priest and then
I mean, this is queer
our
coded.
very queer-coded friend with the roller skates. Shout
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Roller skates on the...
Jesus didn't teach hate. Period. He washed feet. He gets
get-
us.
Hegetsus.
All of us. Jesus.
Jesus.
He gets us.
Now...
Oh, old gay couple?
Oh, was
maybe.
it old gay? I don't think so. Hold on.
Maybe. Gay couple and their dog. That's our spin on it. We'll give
Yeah! We love a gay couple and their dog. And then she's just
there's
a sister.
woman in the kitchen.
She's
That's what
just their
they
sister.
were trying to avoid
She's
that.
just their sister. Okay.
And they were roommates.
And they were roommates. So obviously, it is a fairly innocuous message. And when it comes to white evangelicalism, it's definitely a massive improvement on things. That's not to say that I like that he gets us group necessarily, because
I can't stand their ads on Reddit.
I can't stand their ads on Reddit, but it feels like it is making, I don't really know what their affiliation is. I know that Jen and James Fundy Fridays did a video on Hegetsus,
He gets us.
but I haven't seen it yet, so I need to go and watch that and see. But this obviously, the very progressive
Oh,
take.
that's what I heard too. Hobby Lobby guy is the one.
Oh, Hobby Lobby guy?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm really surprised that he's throwing his money behind that. Anyway,
I'm not.
the very Hobby Lobby, the place where they don't have barcodes because it's a sign of the number
Of the devil?
it's a mark of the beast. Like, I don't know. Also, they don't provide. Hobby Lobby's bad, period. So I can't imagine. Anyway, but obviously the fundy evangelical white conservative audience had a big issue with the
they mad.
progressive take Obviously,
think
you can
this is
see here in the
progressive.
side. Shout out Red and Link, but like Matt Walsh is the He Gets Us commercial does more harm than good. I don't fucking know how that is the conclusion that he arrived at.
Oh, okay.
I guess that was the only related one, but that was just a little for instance. The likes of B-Dong came up in this
Of course she did.
conversation. Let me find the
Do Hobby Lobbies get access to birth control now? No.
I don't think so.
My understanding was that lawsuit was private companies are allowed to say no to birth control because the church operates that way. They don't anymore, but they used to, where the church would not allow birth control, would not cover birth control with their insurance. I know because I was on church insurance and I couldn't get birth control. But they've changed that in recent years, is my understanding.
Why does it do this?
I don't want to listen to this. Oh my
I know.
Gosh,
I just trying to
Brittany.
paint to prove a point. Did she get it removed or something? Because it's
Mega
not the
ew for
number
Matt
one.
Walsh.
It's not the top thing here. Where is she, dude?
Did you not? Are you spelling her name right?
Yes. Well, I added the He Gets Us thing. Psh, let me find this.
Did she get
It
rid
must
of
have got removed.
Did she take it down?
What a fucking no! It probably got removed.
Why?
Let me see if I can find the original here so we can watch it.
Jabus.
Somebody probably uploaded it. r/Fundy Snark Unlimited.
Unlimited? Uncensored?
Uncensored. Fundy Snark Unlimited.
Well, it kind of is that too.
Oh, somebody uploaded the Dan McClellan one.
I mean, we could just watch that one.
We'll just watch the Dan McClellan one. I wanted to get the full context for starters, but this is all
But
right.
apparently she took it down or it got deleted.
This is fine. Sorry, everybody, for wasting your time.
Brittany Dawn.
Typical B-Dong.
Gets a Super Bowl commercial.
All right, let's see it. And also, what up, party people?
Hell yeah. Bluey.
Okay, I want to make this just a little side tangent. Dan McClellan very recently was employed by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You can see his BYU diploma in the background. He is a Mormon. However, he is also a scholar of the Bible. I have no clue how he maintains his membership because he says things that are directly against Mormon teachings based on his expertise. And I just don't know how he reconciles it. More power to him, honestly, but if there's a Mormon I trust, it is definitely a Mormon scholar
He
that I
is
trust.
the
It's
most
definitely Dan
nuanced, I would say.
McClellan.
We have no beef.
Yeah.
What up?
Talk about the He Gets a Super Bowl commercial.
She also is
All
a
right,
brunette
let's
now.
see it. And also, what up, party people?
Rebrand after the settlement.
Came on TV last night while we were watching the Super Bowl, and immediately my friend and I looked at each other and said, "This doesn't feel like God." And while yes, it paints a beautiful message, it's not a biblical one.
It's just as biblical a message as any other, as long as we're understanding biblical message to refer to a message that is inspired by and constructed upon a foundation of passages from the Bible. If one wants to understand a biblical message to refer to a message that is represented in a univocal, consistent, and single way from beginning to end throughout the Bible, then there's no such thing as a biblical message, at least not a message that has any social salience or value today. Because the Bible's not univocal. It's a collection of numerous different voices that are...
Volume's a little low. Can I... Oh, I can't put it a little higher. Hold on.
saying different things in different times and different places in different languages to different people for different reasons. And when we try to force it to say the same thing, to be univocal, that is us imposing an entirely non-biblical unifying framework upon the Bible so that it says what we need it to say. And that process of negotiation always involves centering and prioritizing certain passages that say what we need it to say, and then marginalizing, ignoring, or reinterpreting the passages that don't say what we need it to say. So all biblical messages are negotiated between our contexts and circumstances and rhetorical needs and exigencies today and the texts of the Bible. Nobody has any choice except to engage in that process of negotiation. And I would argue that the only real questions are, what are our motivations and goals for doing this, and whose interests are being prioritized?
If you brought up an argument like this in Sunday school and any other Sunday school than Dan McClellan's, because I'm sure they hear this all the time. Yes, he's a churchgoer. There would be a beat down, honestly.
Yeah.
Because what he's saying is that you have to negotiate with the texts as they are. They're not univocal and everything like that. And that is straight up, like, not even close to being allowed in the thought line of Mormonism because of the Book of Mormon. They essentially are saying that the fullness of Scripture is because, or the fullness of the Bible is because of the Book of Mormon. And
if you tried to explain this to Brittany, her brain would short circuit.
Her brain, yeah. So he's short-circuiting brains on two fronts. Yeah, Dan is one of the few Mormons that get a pass on social media. Also, Moon's Rare Books also gets a pass.
Yeah.
Jesus did not wash everyone's feet. He washed his disciples' feet.
So the commercial...
This is hilarious because I feel like she didn't even watch it. She just heard about it.
Maybe, can we consider for a second that maybe Jesus just didn't have the time? Maybe he knew his days were numbered, and so he can't go around washing every Tom, Dick, and Harry's feet all the damn time. And maybe Jesus didn't like washing feet. Maybe he did it because he felt like it was the nice thing to do, but maybe he didn't want to do it all the time because people's feet are stinky and hairy, and sometimes people don't bathe or have bad hygiene. And so maybe there's a more plausible explanation than whatever explanation she's trying to assign it to mean.
I think the probably the most glaring issue would be Jesus lived allegedly like 33 years, and you're telling me all the story is like that thick for 33 years? I feel like maybe there was a couple times in there that we didn't just hear about anything, because I don't read anything about Jesus getting bathed or what he had for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Anyway,
not depicting Jesus washing anyone's feet. The commercial is depicting people washing each other's
Thank you, Dan.
feet. An act of service that could very well be considered a fulfillment of Jesus' command to his disciples in John 13 to wash one another's feet. And we don't know who in the commercial is Christian and who is not. There's only one example from that commercial of a couple that appears not to be Christian, and that's the Muslim couple who are having their feet washed by another couple who we're assuming is Christian. But nothing precludes anyone else in that commercial from being Christian. There might be people you don't want to think of as Christian, but that would just be engaging in boundary maintenance to try to restrict who our neighbors are. And I think one of the main points of the commercial is to point out that these are all our neighbors, and it is very much a biblical message that we need to expand.
I feel like this is
to wash my disciples' feet.
This is Sunday School 101. Like, did we not read the parable of the Good Samaritan? They literally say, which one of these, Jesus asks after he says that, which one of these men was his neighbor? And he's like, all of them, hello, not just the Samaritan. Anyway, so that's funny. Love a good Dan Smackdown. There's more of this. Do we want to keep going on this one? Also, somebody asked, I saw a question that I wanted to answer real quick. I can't remember who asked it. But they were asking if Mormons believe if the Bible is literal or if it is a parable. And there's like nothing concrete saying that they believe it literally, but most people you would ask would say that they believe it's literal. Every Mormon believes in a literal worldwide flood, like in the account of Noah. And everybody, especially when it comes to the New Testament, everybody believes that they're all events, historical, and everything like that. I feel like in some instances, like when I was on my mission, I was kind of getting the feeling, and especially when I was going to the temple and we were watching the whole Garden of Eden situation all the time, I always had the feeling that the Garden of Eden story was a parable, because it's almost written as like the snake. It'd be really silly if there was like a snake, and then when you watch the temple videos or whatever, it's portrayed by actors and you're like, oh, well, he is really snake-like, and they could just ascribe that name to him, and it's like a parable or whatever. I don't know. What about you?
Makes sense to me.
Anyway, do we want to keep watching this?
Are you asking me?
Yeah. I didn't see anybody answering in the
That's more of a
chat,
question
really.
for our chat.
Let me know. Should we keep going on this one? I don't want to get too far into this. I wanted to see the Scientology one too.
Oh, okay. We can pull that up.
Garden of Eden is naturally poetic. I feel that one. I'm going to bring this back up real quick. I won't go away from the page, but
Scientology Super Bowl commercial.
man, it's the first thing that oh, damn it. Scientology Super Bowl commercial. Curious? Decide for yourself. Okay. Let's see what you got.
People are saying they like Dan.
Do we want to keep on Dan? Is that what we're saying? Or please continue. Okay. We'll do that then. I won't interrupt too many times because there's still like 6 minutes left in this. Gave me time to pull up the other thing though. Okay.
The fence around our neighbors rather than restrict them. That's certainly something that Jesus says in the New Testament, and I'm unaware of any passage that could plausibly be leveraged to overrule the parable of the Good Samaritan and the insistence that everyone is our neighbor.
And who picked up their crosses and turned from their sin.
So Jesus had not yet been crucified by John 13. It wouldn't happen until multiple chapters later, and so the
L.
disciples didn't even
She is
understand
so
the
dumb.
significance of the cross, and certainly could not have picked it up or turned from their sins. That is something that the Gospel of John describes as a post-resurrection reality. They still had
Hear
a
that,
lot of
Brittany?
things to go through
Post-resurrection.
yet, and they still had Judas, whose feet were washed, who would be the one who turned Jesus over. So no, Jesus is not washing the feet of those who had already turned from their sin. And again, we're talking about a commercial that depicts people washing other people's feet. And so this false claim is just trying to restrict the scope of our responsibility to serve. And that would be precisely what the people who sneered at Jesus, who is my neighbor, were trying to do.
And look, we are all broken, we've all fallen short, and we have all made mistakes. But the picture that the He Gets Us movement is showing is of lukewarm Christians who would rather paint their own picture of Jesus than turn from their sin.
So when it comes to Jesus, there are two and only two options.
She is so pretentious.
mean-
I cannot stand it.
I mean, in my view, lukewarm Christians are ones that scam people and then work very hard to weasel their way out of paying restitution to those people that they took advantage of.
And
That's
lie.
just me.
And
That's
lie,
just me.
And lie and lie and lie.
Yeah.
You either paint your own Jesus or you accept the Jesus that has been painted for you by somebody else. Because the Bible doesn't present a single unified and consistent profile of Jesus. It presents multiple different profiles that are each internally inconsistent. So we have to take pieces from those and construct our own single Jesus. And overwhelmingly what people do today is combine the two. They accept the Jesus that has been painted for them by others, and then they touch it up along the way to respond to situationally emergent needs and exigencies. Far too many Christians today are accepting a Jesus that has been very carefully and very intentionally crafted over the course of many years so as to structure power, values, and boundaries in favor of social dominance orientation, Christian nationalism, right-wing authoritarianism,
That's Brittany.
militant masculinity, and
That's
directly over and
Brittany's
against
husband.
Brittany's
the interests
husband.
of the minoritized, the marginalized, the vulnerable, the poor, the
That's who
needy,
Brittany
the
scams.
oppressed. And they do this because that Jesus has been carefully crafted so as to resonate with people's identity politics today. So it feels right and it makes sense. And because most people don't like to think critically about their identity politics,
Brittany.
they just blithely accept it and
Brittany.
then go on to defend people who are just trying to structure political power. So when people talk about turning from sin and being separated from the world, they are overwhelmingly serving the interests of the world, and they don't even know it. And let's look at this commercial. There are 12 different groups of people that are represented, but there are only 2 that get brought up. It is the older woman who's washing the feet of the younger woman in front of the abortion clinic, and it is the priest washing the feet of the queer-presenting person. So, gays and abortion.
Wouldn't you
Those
know
are the
it?
2 issues that are focused on, to the exclusion of the other 10 groups that are mentioned in this commercial. And what do those 2 things have in common? They're both identity markers that have been generated over the course of many generations so as to structure power and values in favor of the people doing the painting.
They're choosing the world over the gospel. They're choosing their sin over sanctification. They're choosing to partake in
She is reaching so hard. Also, I think she has the same desk as us.
Brittany,
We got to get rid of this desk.
it's not the same.
I'm almost positive. Look.
Oh, is that the side of
It
it?
looks like the knobs, yeah.
Oh, world market.
Shout out.
rather than be
No, she just doesn't even know what she's saying anymore. She just regurgitates the same shit that she hears, like, you know, Matt Walsh say, or that she hears Allie Butt Stinky say, or whatever it is. Like, she doesn't even care about what she's talking about. She doesn't care about the context. Like, I firmly believe that this was a pivot from her scammer era to still maintain relevance. And so is she actually a diehard Christian? Maybe at this point she's delusioned herself into thinking that she is, but I still don't think she is. Like, if you did some Bible trivia with this girl, she wouldn't know jack fucking shit. And that's demonstrated by what she's
very
saying
clear.
right fucking now, is she knows nothing.
separated from it. Jesus did not come to this earth to make friends. He came to share the gospel, the truth, and
He also didn't come to condemn people like you do.
Please read the fucking book. There's no greater love in this world than a man lay down his life for his friends. Those are the words of Jesus. I'm sorry. I don't even need to look that one up. I know it.
Girly, if Jesus came back to earth right now and decided to start flipping tables, you know whose table's getting flipped? Yours, bitch.
The table's empty because she had to pay a huge settlement to a ton of people.
He's going to have to go to the state of Texas to get payout.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty anticlimactic.
Add
that
his name
one.
to the lawsuit.
do it boldly and unapologetically. Jesus came to lead people to eternal freedom. Yes, the Bible tells us to love. Yes, Jesus asks us to forgive, but what he doesn't do is command us to condone a life that glorifies sin.
So the message here,
What is
by
glorifying
saying
about that?
Jesus never
Right.
Like, Jesus said to love your neighbor. Is that glorifying sin? Because to me, it sounds like just being a kind and decent human being for you is, like, too much. Like, that's
Yeah.
too hard for you.
Right.
And that's not sounding like real Jesus-like to me.
Oh, what was it? I was just gonna say something. I totally forgot. I don't think this is glamorous by any means. As someone who does not like feet, shout out to all the people who do. Not glamorous. I don't want to wash anybody's feet.
ever commanded us to do X, which means Jesus commands us not to do X, seems to be that Jesus doesn't want us to serve certain people because doing so might be interpreted as condoning their lifestyle by other people, which is just another way to sneer, why does your master eat with tax collectors and sinners?
This new
You're
age
sneering,
spirituality
Brittany.
is painting a false narrative of the kingdom of God in the name of political gain.
Once again, I need to bring...
That is so.
What?
That is so
What is new
rich.
age about this?
No, the whole it's about getting political gain. That is the richest thing I've
Girl,
heard all week.
For being a
Like that is
MAGA hat lady, like,
literally what the
What?
Christian nationalists and religious right are doing
what?
actively.
this
but
back
okay.
to the fact that the only two issues here are identity markers that are salient today only because they serve the interests of political gain.
Not everyone who says they're a Christian will get into heaven, and that is a terrifying reality. We will hear one of two things at the end of our life. "Well done, my good and faithful servant," or "Depart from me, I never knew you." We are called to be in this world, but not of it. You cannot have your sin and also walk the straight and narrow path. Yes, Jesus gets us, but he would never willingly dine in our sin. He would lovingly call us out of it.
If you have accepted,
I'd
or
like to
are
lovingly
curating
call
a
you out of
Jesus
this
that
space off the internet. Just
painted
stop
for you.
speaking on the internet.
Has she ever considered that Jesus might be calling her to get off the internet?
No, because the voice in her head that she thinks is Jesus is just her own delusion. So
Right. Hold on, sorry.
by others who insist that your salvation is contingent upon your accurately distinguishing those neighbors who are worthy of your service from those neighbors who are not worthy of your service. And that distinction happens to line up conveniently with the right-wing authoritarian and social dominance orientation identity markers that are being leveraged by politicians today to structure power and values and boundaries in their own favor. Maybe think a little more critically about where your Jesus came from.
Oof, the smackdown at the end, though.
I love how he slays people.
Yeah,
He slays.
he's
Slay down, slay.
he's really good at it. I feel like he is. If you're on TikTok and like similar shit that we're on, then you've definitely seen Dan before.
Yeah.
He's good. Go and follow him, Dan McClellan. If you just search him on TikTok, it's just Dan McClellan or McClellan. Where are we?
MAKLELAN.
MAKLELAN. Yeah, he's awesome. What's he at? 698,000 followers. I feel
Hell
like
yeah.
it should be more than that. He has a podcast that he does with some other person that I don't know at all called
So if you're a
Data Over
fan-
Dogma, which is definitely what he preaches and practices. So shout out to Dan. Okay, let's watch this one. Another Super Bowl
We're
commercial
taking
related
a
to
gamble
religion.
here watching this without.
We really are taking a gamble.
Every day, millions of people ask, what is Scientology?
Millions of people every day?
That's crazy.
Okay, I think
Immediately
we
we're
feel
on
really
to-
highly about
on
ourselves,
the
don't we?
stop the cap shit right off the bat.
Okay.
Here's an idea. What if you just take a look?
Here's an idea.
Do
What if
not-
I don't want to go missing?
Do not do this, by the way.
What
Even
if
as
I
a
don't
joke.
want to spend all my money
Do
to
not.
try to get to Clear, Everclear, whatever the hell you guys call it?
Oh
in your
yeah,
organization?
Everclear. The band and the beverage.
And the beverage.
I don't know if you could
It's
call it a band
going clear.
beverage.
It's clear.
What if you see for yourself who we are?
We're gonna get claimed
What
for
we
this music, so you
believe.
better mute it.
Probably.
So we can just read captions.
I'll just read the captions for y'all. What we believe.
and
what we stand
Oh
for?
my gosh, they have the yellow shirts like Mormons do.
Yeah. Did you not know that the Mormons ripped it off of them? I'm not fucking kidding. They
I feel
had
like I
these
did
yellow
probably do
ponchos
that.
that when they go to respond
Dianetics.
to like natural disasters and they go to hand out their pamphlets, which usually is probably them just throwing boxes of them in the dumpster so they could say they handed them out. They were doing it before Mormons
And they
did
have
it.
their own bookstore just like Mormons do. The Mormons rip off that idea too.
No, Mormons had that.
Okay.
Our doors are open.
Here's our weird symbol.
Yep.
We're not
To all
weird at
people
all.
of all faiths. In every corner of the world.
These empty buildings sit with no one in them.
Yeah. Was that the
including
Denver
in-
one?
Including in Utah. There's one in Salt Lake.
Hold on. There's one. Let's see if we can identify.
That doesn't look like Denver.
No.
Go back.
Hold on. Not this one. This one. I'm pretty sure this is Denver.
Oh, maybe. Why have we never seen that though? I feel like we would have
No,
seen
it's like up north in downtown. I've been by. I know they have a building in Denver.
that. Okay.
Yeah. Look at all this.
So what is Scientology?
That's a great question. Are you going to tell me? Maybe it's time to
to
look. If you can't condense it into a 1 minute blurb,
Decide for yourself.
then I don't want to know.
Curious?
Scientology.org.
Yeah, I'm curious, but not to join. I'm curious as to how you're still an organization that can be called a church. That's what I'm curious about.
You bullied your way into getting church tax exempt status. Yes, do not even as a joke, don't go in there and allow them to harvest information from you or
Watch the
anything like
documentaries.
that.
You'll learn everything you want to know.
Yeah.
Leah Remini's documentary is so in-depth. You will learn everything you would possibly need to know.
Yeah. Not going to be a good time. I guarantee it.
Do not go look.
Okay, so shout out to the religious ads on the Super Bowl. That's fun.
That's fun.
Those are the two that come to mind, honestly. I'm surprised that they showed this during the Super Bowl. There was also yeah, I guess it was just in select markets or whatever. So I don't know what the target audience for that is, but I'm sorry if that is you. What else? There was that Kennedy presidential ad, which
That
apparently
wasn't
wasn't paid for, and apparently it wasn't everywhere that played it.
Oh, really?
I guess.
Did we get
So
it?
that's
We're
funny.
a liberal
We did get
state.
it.
Why did they get it? Give it to us.
I don't know.
We're a blue state.
I don't know.
Unless you're
Not
in
entirely.
Lauren, unless you're on the outskirts. Lauren
Any
Bobo's district.
non-metropolitan area here in Colorado.
Lauren
is pretty
Bobo.
red. Lauren Bobby.
Gropey Bobert.
She changed congressional districts. Did you know
Oh
that?
yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
We are-
she's afraid
we are
she's
like-
not going to get reelected.
On the edge. We were almost in her district.
You were almost.
My friend, I think, no, just the one friend is in her district. Anyway, so that's fun. Also, we got to talk about the big connection with Mormonism and the Super Bowl.
Mormon Super Bowl
And you
connection.
all may be asking yourselves, what
Shock.
is the connection between Mormonism and the Super Bowl? I want to see some answers.
Who knows? What's the connection?
Who knows what I have in mind here? Mormonism and the Super Bowl, which is now our new, very large branch, very wealthy branch of the Mormon multiverse, because this person connects to Taylor Swift.
Disappointing. But she doesn't engage as far as I know.
Let's see if anybody knows. We're just taking guess. Money? You're right.
Yes,
That's it.
money.
Have a nice night.
It's
Have a
all
nice
made
street.
up.
I
Okay,
see
I've seen
one
it
person
once.
say it. I'm just curious as to if people know.
All
this.
roads lead to Utah.
Yeah, special underwear. I'm guessing money. The Mormon Church sponsors it.
A player that graduated from BYU. Probably a few, to
I
be
see it
honest.
second.
I see two.
To
Travis Kelsey's not Mormon.
no, Travis.
I would
is
be
not.
up in arms, y'all.
Yeah, no, thank you. I've seen it twice now. Elizabeth Carmichael and fluently illiterate. Pat yourselves on the back. You knew first.
3.
Andy Reid.
Andy Reid, coach of the
Coach Andy
Chiefs,
Reid.
is Mormon.
Yes. If you did not know that, here is now your information.
He also went to BYU. And I think he
Shout
coached at BYU for a minute or
out.
played at BYU. I can't remember. One of them.
Oh, shut that up.
And this is beaten. Save hundreds with Liberty Bit.
Stop.
Shut up.
Liberty Bibbity.
Libbity bibbity.
Yes, he
I'll
also
just
coached
let
the
this-
Eagles for a time.
Yep, that's how he knows the other Kelsey, because he was coach at the Eagles while Jason played for the Eagles. But here you go. Coach Andy Reid, 3-time Super Bowl winning coach.
Who also has agreed for another season for sure.
Yeah.
Look at that college on the top right there.
Boom. Was a coach at BYU,
And went to BYU in I can't read that far.
1978 to 1980. Shout out.
Now, this is not any hate to Andy Reid. I'm sure he is a nice man. Everything that I hear about him is that he's very gentlemanly and kind. But part of that Super Bowl money is going
Yeah.
back to the church, y'all.
Part of that Super Bowl
If
winning
he is a
coach
tithe-paying
money.
member, which we would assume he is.
Do we have a personal life? 5 children, members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Yes.
I like this. Has appeared in commercials for State Farm with Patrick Mahomes and Snickers.
That is a funny commercial. I'll give him that.
It was a good commercial, not going to lie. I'm not going to get State Farm, though. So that's funny. Will you pull up that picture and get that to me real quick? I wanted to pull up a picture that drives this home, and then there was a little bit of commentary I wanted to provide on some of the dynamics of a Super Bowl winning coach who does not uphold the Sabbath day like a lot of Mormons do.
Probably gives 10% of his coach money, which I looked it up to see how much he makes, but I don't remember. The second search is how much does Andy Reid weigh? That's rude, guys. Don't search that.
That's fucking rude.
12 million.
The fat phobia, though.
According to one website, it says that his annual earnings as the head coach amounts to an impressive $12 million.
$12 million.
So again, we don't know for sure if he's paying tithing or not, but if he is a faithful church member, he would likely be following that rule, right? Which
here we go. This is them in the cultural hall the day of.
In the church building.
In the church building. They got to go before they head out. This was posted by
a church page.
Yeah. And I have another link to kind of just show you that this is something that's big for a lot of people.
First comes church dressed in their Super Bowl Sunday best, then a Super Bowl win for Coach and Tammy Reid and all of Kansas City.
So shout out.
Faith, family, and football is the way they live.
And this is from the same page. I have another link to pull up real quick here. Let me get it for you. Oh no, I already had it pulled up. That is the same page as, whoops, this one, which was the first thing that I encountered when looking for Andy Reid LDS, is a whole ass fireside that they put on by the Church of Jesus Christ in Greater Kansas City. Now these pages are run by, this is the next thing I wanted to talk about. These pages are put on by the area councils, which is another step in the government. Like you have at the bottom, you would have the ward headed by the bishop, and then you would have the stake, which is headed by the stake president and the stake high council. And then you would have the mission president, and then you would have, I think technically the mission president is over the stake presidents. I can't remember. And then you would have areas. So for instance, when I was on my mission, I was part of the Central America area. So they have like a whole headquarters in Guatemala, where that's just kind of like the hierarchy, right? So this is the put on by their thing. And they had this broadcast where they were just talking to him about his thing. Oh, they're doing a prayer. Whoops. We're going to skip past that. So it's kind of an interesting dynamic. But another thing that I wanted to bring up.
I also thought his wife looked like Heather Gay.
Oh, like, hold on, go back.
His wife looks like an older Heather Gay.
She kind of does.
Yeah. I'm glad I wasn't the only one who thought that.
Shout out Heather.
We love Heather.
Let's watch this one first.
We're going to get claimed for this.
We're not going to get claimed.
The giving machines are back.
Imagine going to a vending machine and purchasing food, clothing, and essential supplies for those in need right here in Kansas City.
With a simple card swipe, you can make a difference, one donation at a time. It's as easy as buying a candy bar.
And we know Chief's Kingdom loves to give.
Can you help us? You can make our city shine. Together we can light the world.
Okay, so
See,
I looked up Tavia Hunt and Clark Hunt because they are who own the Chiefs, and I cannot find anything that connects them to Mormonism. There are plenty of articles where he talks about being Christian and that he was at a Pine Cove camp at 11 or 10 when he converted to Christianity. So I'm inclined to think that they're not Mormon. And they're just Christian
usually,
unless they like to keep it under wraps.
Usually you wouldn't put just Christ follower in there.
No. I'm looking at her pages, and she probably wouldn't have that in there unless she hasn't linked to the church.
Yeah, usually if you have that in there, you also have the Church of Jesus Christ.org thing. What about a BBQ vending machine? So if you guys aren't familiar, during the Christmas time, they set up these vending machines essentially where you go and you buy these little cards, which is essentially counts as a donation to whatever thing that you paid for. And that's about as much as you'll learn about those things. It's things like livestock, like small livestock for a family, which is pretty nondescript, or, you know, a Christmas meal that they donate. I don't know how any of that works behind the scenes or anything like that, but if you live in a major city, you oftentimes will have seen or heard about these things because they push for them. Kansas City, I think, did my dad mention that he had helped get them into Kansas City, or was like big pusher for that?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Travis did it.
Yeah, so here's Travis, you know, one of the star players.
Chiefs Kingdom, what's going on, everybody? You know how much I love to give back to this community, and this holiday season we have a fun way that we all can give back. Check out the Giving Machine. It's a big red box you cannot.
And obviously, all the time we're like,
Is it
you
the
know,
worst thing they've ever done? Absolutely not.
and in this case, it's his coach, and it's somebody that he's a good friend with. You
And
don't
he's
really
probably not gonna
think
look
of
that far
where
into it.
you don't really think of that. And then also to just prove a point,
Hey, everybody.
people don't know about the Mormon Church.
No, this
Here's
is
Paul
Paul
Rudd
Rudd.
This is
talking
Paul,
about it.
and I wanted to make a little video to tell you about.
So they have
So-
those in Casey, and it's funny because Casey is pretty close to. Is Casey in Clay County? No, it's not, right?
Who?
Kansas City.
I don't know.
Is it in Clay County? Does anybody know?
I don't know. You asking me like I didn't fail geography.
That's fine. That's fine. Clay County, where, let's see. No, I don't think it is. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've been there. They're pretty close to that, which is where a lot of Mormonism shit is going to end up and has been in the past. Like you have not too far in Liberty, Missouri, where Joseph Smith was held in jail for a long time and during a really rough winter.
KC is
There's
in
also
Jackson County.
Okay. Oh, so Jackson County, it's even better because it's near Adam-on-Diamond.
Oh, that's very
There's also Adam-on-Diamond in there, and oh my God, I saw they were selling legacy plots near Adam-on-Diamond for the Second Coming, which is wild. There's also in Independence. There's the site of the temple that will be at the center of the New Jerusalem when
pull up
Jesus
what Adam on
returns.
Diamond looks like. Just for
Oh yeah,
everyone to-
just for it's nothing interesting. I can tell you that much.
That's why I want them to see it, because you know there's like cool church sites. They've got like, you know, the building that Joseph Smith was shot in, and they have like cool stuff. But then there's Adam on Diamond, which is like
I don't even remember how to spell it. Hold on. Let's see if I remember. Oh my God, I'm
That's
so
right,
good.
yeah.
This is just like
this is Adam on Diamond.
nothing.
There's nothing there. It is land with some plaques on it.
Yep.
That is it.
Oh,
And
what's
people
this?
travel there to see the land.
We almost went there when we went and stayed in Kansas City
surprised you
for a
never went
while.
there.
We didn't because it had been snowing like crazy and it was just
Wow.
a mud pit.
Yeah, fair.
Oh, this is just what it used to look like.
I believe the Garden of Eden was in Jackson County, Missouri, correct?
Yep, this is the site where they said, and I feel like the saying that well, it's a little complicated. They say, and they hold to be true, that Adam on Diamond is the site where Adam would gather his children and they would preach. And it's said that there are some rocks, I don't know if this is what's being pictured here, where Adam used to sit and teach his children. So there's that. Does this have anything on that?
Yes,
It's
I'm not making
necessarily. I know it. So when people say, "Oh, that's where the Garden of Eden is," technically, that's kind of editorializing. Not that it really fucking matters because that's made up too. But that's why they say that is because of Adam on Diamond. But to stay true to the story, Adam on Diamond is where Adam gathered after being cast out of the Garden of Eden, and an unknown amount of travel.
Isn't Adam on Diamond the pure Adamic language?
Yes, that is from that. Let me pull it up here. There should be something on it. Place of beauty and quiet contemplation. Wow, they're really
They're really keeping it quiet. They don't want everybody to move over
Doctrine
there.
and Covenants 116. So this isn't just like goofy. Spring
in
Hill
the
is
scriptures.
named by the Lord Adam-on-Diamond because he said it is the place where Adam shall come to visit his people, and the Ancient of Days shall sit as spoken of by Daniel the prophet. So I guess
This was Doctrine and Covenants. This was Joseph Smith writings, basically.
Yeah.
In 1838, it looks
The
like.
Ancient of Days is Adam in Mormon speak. Let's see. Does it say in here? Let's go to Wikipedia. It's not going to sugarcoat.
That's fair.
Let's see. This is in Davies County, close by, which was actually the original site that Oliver County had scouted out, but there was issues, and Joseph's like, let's just do it in Independence.
See, there you go. According to the teachings, this is like the simplest way to put it. It's the site where Adam and Eve lived after being expelled from the garden. It teaches that the place will be a gathering spot for a meeting of the priesthood leadership, similar to the one described in Visions of Glory, including prophets of all ages and other righteous people prior to the second coming of Jesus Christ. And then the Latter-day Saints once proposed building a temple on the site, which was halted when they had to hightail it out of
Missouri. Because of the extermination
which we don't condone.
order. No, obviously. Let's see. Where's the etymology bit? Meaning of the name. According to belief of some Latter-day Saints, term Adam-on-Diamond is part of the Adamic language. The name was also the title of a hymn that was popular in the early church. Adam-on-Diamond has been speculatively translated as the Valley of God where Adam dwelt by Latter-day Saint Apostle Orson Pratt. The Valley of God in which Adam blessed his children by John Correll, which I've never heard of. An early member and leader.
Elected representative of Missouri State Legislature.
Interesting. Adam's Grave by Community of Christ historian Herman C. Smith. Community of Christ being one of the split-off groups from the original Smith family and not the Brighamite Church as we know it today. And Adam with God because elsewhere in Doctrine and Covenants, son Aman is said to refer to Jesus.
So basically, this is
which
what
is
we
very
mean
convoluted.
When things are not univocal. We just come full circle.
Wait.
Just gave everybody whiplash.
Giving everybody whiplash here. So, yeah, that's kind of the interesting part of them being in Kansas City and all that. That tangent really got me off track. What was I doing here? But it's always funny to see these kinds of situations happen because when Andy Reid is going to the Super Bowl and he's winning the Super Bowl, I mean, even if he hadn't, the narrative wouldn't be any different. But they're all like, wow, look at Andy and his Super Bowl getup at church. He is such a faithful Latter-day Saint man. It's so impressive to see people who aren't afraid to show their love for Jesus and their faith and everything like that. I'll just put this back up here so to illustrate the point. I mean, people were like, "Oh my God, it's so awesome that he does that and stuff." But then, like on the other hand, this is the kind of stuff that I grew up with, which is like gives me total whiplash. And probably they drove it home more in the boys' classes because the boys play sports.
We still got it too.
But there's in church magazines and church materials. I can't find. I didn't want to look too deep or dig too much to find certain materials or whatever. But these are the kinds of things that you would get. No basketball on Sundays, and then they tell a story of questionable validity. Of somebody who's getting on the team. First practice is tomorrow. See at 5. See you then. Then the team slowly filed out the door. As I nervously sat in my seat, I knew my course of action, but that wasn't going to make it any easier. I hesitantly walked up to the front of the room and said, "Hey, coach, I have a little problem." "What's that, Brad?" he asked. "Well, I was looking at the schedule and I saw there were 8 games on Sunday. I won't be able to play in those games," he said with a shaky voice. "How come?" he said with a surprised look on his face. "It's a religious thing. I believe in keeping the Sabbath day holy, and part of that is not playing sports on Sunday." I responded, feeling a little awkward with the situation. "Oh, well, listen, I would love to have you for the other games. That is if you still want to play," he said with a smile. "I would love to," I said as we shook hands. As if to seal the agreement, I turned and walked out the door, feeling less awkward and more satisfied. True, I wasn't going to play for most of the league games, and I might lose my starting position, but I felt good all the same. If I hadn't made the decision early that I was never going to play on Sunday, I might have chosen differently. But I knew I would be blessed for keeping the Lord's commandments. I confidently walked away from that room knowing everything was going to be all right. So there's one example. That one's from 2008. This one's a lot longer, so I won't read it. But just to drive home the point, maybe we'll see if we can draw the same conclusion at the end. Yeah, here's a little quote at the end there.
Don't risk spiritual or any other kinds of belly flops. Decide right now to follow Jesus Christ and enjoy the peace he brings into your life by not playing.
And this one is
Sundays.
called Football Sundays and Spiritual Belly Flops.
Which is just quite the title.
Title gore, if you ask me. So it's really funny to see the waffling that the church is willing to do. What?
You know what the difference is.
Oh, I full on know what the difference is. No, that I was getting there.
You 100%
I was getting
know.
there. The so to speak spiritual whiplash that you receive when in publications and over the pulpit they're saying we shouldn't do these kinds of things on Sunday. It does not sanctify the Sabbath. It is not.
You're not supposed to work on Sundays.
Yeah, you're not supposed to work on Sundays. You're not supposed to go
job.
out and buy things,
Spend
make
money.
purchases on Sundays or anything. It is a little bit nebulous after that. Nobody really says too much after that. A lot of, in my family, for a long time, it was you don't watch TV on Sunday, you don't play video games on Sunday. Things
Even
of
now,
that
I'm
nature.
like, oh, let's have your parents pick up this on their way over today. And I'm like, fuck, it's Sunday.
One day, Jordan was like, you should have your parents pick up In-N-Out for us when they come over. I was like, no, I won't be asking them to do that.
Because it's Sunday.
Because they don't do that. And then, so you get all of that at church and everything. And then people like Andy Reid go to the Super Bowl and all of that goes out the window because he's in the media. We don't want to be too pushy. We don't want to make it weird. We want to put our boy on the pedestal and say, look at this successful man in sports. Also, did you know that he's a Mormon? Mm-hmm. Come check out what it's all about.
Yep.
Because if people were like, oh my God, I can't believe he's out here on a Sunday breaking the Sabbath day to play a football game, doesn't he know that his eternal salvation is at stake? I mean, this is exactly, don't risk spiritual or any other kind of belly flops unless it's the Super Bowl.
Unless we're profiting off of whatever it is you're doing.
Yeah, because they're going to turn a profit, so that's all good. It also brings to mind all of the athletes that put off their career in sports, star athletes a lot of times. Jimmer Fredette comes to mind, who used to play basketball for BYU and was an absolute star player. For a football player?
Mm-hmm. Who was slated to be drafted and instead decided to go on his mission instead.
Yeah. Or even closer to our circles, Mark Osland was a absolute star baseball player. Mm-hmm. And he joined the church in his teen years and went on a mission and came back, started playing, and absolutely had a career-ending injury. So we put a lot of these people on as Mormons, we put a lot of people on a pedestal like that. We're like, oh my God, they're going to do away with this amazing opportunity that they have in a field that they enjoy, and they're going to serve a mission instead, we know that God is going to bless them. And usually God's blessing is they come back from their mission and that was it. Like, if you didn't know who Jimmer Fredette was because you were a Mormon and you watched him play for BYU, I highly doubt anybody knows who he is, because I don't think he went on to play in the NBA or anything, and he was perfectly capable. So it's crazy, the kinds of just the waffling, and we see it with the influencers, and we see it with people who are outstanding in their field, and they have to compromise their faith in a way to be able to continue performing the way that they do.
So it's just
sucks.
interesting.
Yep. It's interesting. Also, that one story that Travis said where he got the call from Coach Reed, and apparently he dropped the F-bomb.
I am telling you right now that there's no way that he
That's
doesn't
chill.
drop F-bombs with the team all the time.
There's no way.
There's no way.
And that's against the rules too. You're not supposed to be
against the rules.
You got to clean up your language.
So this is just to say, I'm not an Andy Reid hater. I'm sure he looks like a nice guy, but it's just goes to say that influencer Mormons, and I would say he's of influence because he is very popular and has a media presence, get their own brand of Mormonism and get their own Mormon privileges.
Yeah.
And this is one of them. And you know what? If I was the Mormon church and I was getting 10% of the $12 million he's bringing in annually, I would probably shut the fuck up too. So
yeah,
that's basically what it comes down to. Money and influence.
that's all it ever is, right?
Money and influence.
Didn't God already bless them with athletic ability? Turns out God's blessing of athletic ability ends when they stop practicing, which is crazy. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
You like do all this practicing and like God blesses you with the athletic ability, and then you go on a mission for 2 years and then it's gone.
Yeah.
You used all of your athletic ability blessing to walk up and down the hills of Tegucigalpa, pestering people with your religion.
Yeah, tithing is all income. There are parents who have children tithe on their allowance. There are Mormon parents who have children tithe on their gifts.
Yes.
There is some variability there, kind of depending on the... Because, like, I had to tithe, but I wasn't expected to tithe on gifts. Like, I wasn't expected to tithe on money that was given to me.
I wasn't either. Some people tithe on their gross income. My family, we never did that. We're a bunch of Turtle Creek Lane haters.
I'm absolutely a Turtle
Absolutely.
Creek Lane hater. It is capitalism and consumerism at its finest.
It's gaudy,
even if we take
gross
the Mormonism
decor.
out of it. It is capitalistic consumerism,
It's
vomiting everywhere.
It's ugly.
Yes, tithing on gifts.
Yeah, some people would pay tithing on gifts. Not me. I never did that.
No, we didn't either.
Nicole with the 5 gifted. Thank you.
Now you guys can go watch our
Latter-day
Salt Lake
Ain't.
video.
I've been seeing Latter-day Ain't more often now.
Yeah.
That makes sense, though. Muscles don't stay unless you continue
Did someone
to exercise
just watch that
them.
Turtle
If you
Creek
don't-
Lane video? That is so old.
Yeah, right. If you don't use them, you lose them. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Sage, 100%. I was being facetious in saying that. Isn't it crazy that God didn't just keep those muscles going? Someone is jealous of Jen's amazing Christmas decoration.
I mean,
don't
I'm
know.
sure she has some good ones, but I don't think I would ever go that hard, even if I had the
I don't
money.
think I would. No.
We have a Turtle Creek Lane video if you're curious. Grandma's having her YouTube time.
Yeah. Hey, does this baby's parents know that you post them on your YouTube channel for the world to see? Also,
old.
please don't go to that person's YouTube channel that I...
It's a little creepy.
Okie dokie.
A little creepy, but okay. Turtle Creek Lane is another Mormon influencer who her shtick is
should we pull her up
decorations,
real quick?
basically, like Christmas particularly. But she's like, imagine all the like crazy decor influencers and then multiply them by like 1,000 and then have them eat each other like human centipede style and then like vomit each other out.
Human centipede.
And then
right?
you have Turtle Creek Lane.
Like this is just...
It is excessive.
It's just a... like what is the theme here? Is it overconsumption?
Candy barf.
Candy, yeah. Why would you ever want to live in a space that looks like the Candyland game board does?
Turtle Creek Lane reminds me of the Nelsons. She reminds me of Tiffany Nelson, but worse.
Or this.
Just in different
damn
ways.
It, I'm not signed in.
You're not going to be able to look at it.
I mean, this is not a functional kitchen. That would piss me off.
I mean, this woman spends millions of dollars each year on decorations. Like, there's no way she does
What is there to be jealous of? This would cause me... I would not be able to live in a dwelling that is set up like this. It looks worse than our Tonka truck chic couch does that is covered in toys all the time. So
Yeah, they're not allowed to eat sugar, but they can decorate with it.
Yeah. Shout out. Wait, it's not a shtick. She's a role model.
Oh, heavens.
Get over yourself.
Oh, heavens. Oh, no.
Get over yourself.
I hope you have better role models than just her. I'm sure she's a nice person, but if that is a role model, I don't know. I hate to say that that's a good role model, but...
That's pretty funny. I didn't even realize that was up, but I'm glad that everybody...
Now you guys can go watch that video. It's old.
Yeah, if you want to see it, it's out there.
I would like her money, but I would like to be able to do something else with it.
Yeah, something constructive.
I just hear
stupid.
The lady I follow on TikTok who does those consumerism videos where she just goes, garbage. Put it back. That's garbage.
Oh, the de-influence ones.
Yes.
Yeah. After you've seen one of those, these people can't get me.
TJ Maxx, Marshalls, garbage.
Yeah, and that's not even her only... That's their regular house. They also have a giant chateau up in Deer Valley in
Texas.
Utah. Yeah, they have a vacation home in Utah, Deer Valley, Utah, which is like bigger than anything I've ever seen.
Money, unbelievably. Like, so much money.
Give me the Tonka truck couch aesthetic or whatever it is that she's doing.
Yes. I'm a maximalist and horrified of her stuff. Yes.
The Tonka truck chic is our couch. It's just a regular couch, but it's covered in trucks and construction toys. I hope all the de-influencers have good lives because they're saving me out here. Same. Yeah, honestly. I look at a lot of these like, oh, little kitchen tools or whatever. And I'm like, I have a knife.
Yeah.
I have an oven mitt.
We love the de-influencing.
Yeah. The only thing I might get on is the cheese grater that goes on your KitchenAid. Because I have already grated knuckles before, so I don't want to do that again.
Pull up the TikTok of Brittany that I sent you. I sent you another Brittany TikTok.
Oh, shit.
Speaking of Super Bowl. My Christmas tree still up. We took down our outside Christmas decorations today. Because we'll get fined by the HOA tomorrow.
Yeah, today it was the deadline.
Not that, the one before it.
Oh.
Keep scrolling.
This one. Okay, here we go. How lucky all of you. You have to be assaulted with Brittany Dawn.
Yeah,
twice
sorry,
in a single stream.
B-Dong Day.
B-Dong Day. Does this have...
I don't think it does.
Let me see here.
Maybe.
I'm trying to decide. Hold on. I don't even know what this is from. It's cryptic and weird, so I'm just gonna leave it muted.
Bort. I heard the Paul and Morgan Girl Defined collab is coming out soon. Don't watch it on their channel. I'm
ready. We'll do it. We'll do it. Don't worry.
Don't watch it. Jen's doing a reaction to it. I don't want to talk about them anymore. I hate those two.
Jen will do it. Jen will do it. POV, you're trying to watch the Super Bowl, but see Taylor Swift and Ice Spice being demonic every 30 seconds. Did she show them being demonic?
No, because I don't know, chugging a beer. I'm
No,
sure
I
your
know
husband does that
exactly-
every day.
I
Is
know
that
exactly
demonic?
what it is. Hold on.
She thinks Taylor
Swift.
Swift is demonic for some of her videos, and
There we go. That'll be it. Why is Ice Spice satanic now?
Ice Spice wears upside
Hold
down
on, hold
cross.
on. She's got an upside down cross, right?
Is
Wow.
that really upside down?
I know. Why?
Is that really a cross?
Hardly. And how is that demonic? Peter was crucified upside down.
Like,
Or maybe-
okay.
Paul, sorry. Not Peter.
Y'all really just be giving these Christians.
And then
out here
she's
just
got
be
the
doing
she's
too
doing
much.
the devil horns apparently at some point.
Yes, I counted Taylor Swift on my TV was shown 12 times, which amounts to less than a minute.
I don't know. This guy's probably just yapping about something.
Taylor's probably
trying to get
literally
to the part
explaining
where-
football to her
Don't be so misogynistic.
because she's pointing to the field.
Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is.
She's pointing to the field.
She
I'm
might be
assuming that's what's
explaining
happening.
what they're doing.
Yeah.
Or whatever. This right here.
Oh, it's the chugging.
No, the hands.
Oh, the hands.
She's doing the, which,
Okay.
I mean, it's not always devil horns, and that's only been devil horns for like less than 100 years, but okay. That right there. Just being corny. Honestly, like, I don't understand why anybody cares. They're looking for literally anything in the media, and it's like not that deep ever. Peter was upside down and Andrew was on the X. Okay. Thank you, Song of Solace. Oh, it was Peter. Okay. The P's always get me mixed up. Wasn't she on screen for less than 30 seconds total? Yeah.
Typically, it is less than a minute, and football goes on for hours. And I know because I grew up watching football. And so when I first started watching the Chiefs again, because our teams suck, and I was like, all right, I'll watch football again. I was expecting to see her all the time.
Miku's not, I'm not saying she's misogynistic for explaining football. I'm saying it's a little misogynistic that Jordan would assume that Ice Spice doesn't understand football, but that's
just
not
from
what she
other
is.
clips I've seen where it looked like they were like pointing and shit. So that's just my assumption.
It's just angry middle-aged men who get mad. Seriously. And it even devolves into, hold on, I've got this other link too that I'll pull up, which is honestly just the icing on the fucking cake. Should we go in there? No, take me to the article.
We can just look at that photo. I'm fine with that.
Jordan's having a bye moment.
No, I just love her. Okay, so keep in mind this is based off one study. It does not equal a national representation of the United States of America.
But I mean, in a small sample size, it's still kind of alarming.
It's concerning. I'll give you that.
Yeah, theory that singer is plotting to help Biden win election has flourished in right-wing media after she started dating Travis Kelce. Yeah, it's like, I mean, they say it almost as if right-wing celebrities don't do the same thing. They just don't have the reach that Taylor does. They are like
they're frothing because they don't have the reach.
Fucking jealous that they're like, oh my God, she got like however many hundreds of thousands of people to register to vote in a single day just because she made a post on Instagram. Like,
well, and the irony of this
Duh.
is they picked a person who is the least politically vocal celebrity out there.
I mean, as we have seen the calls for Taylor to make comments on things,
she just doesn't, and I don't blame her for not.
Yeah, it's
you can get
20% is kind of a lot on a thing that crazy. It's kind of, I mean, to an extent, it is not. It's not that far out there. Do I think that she is working with the Biden administration to influence anything? No.
She ain't got time for that, bro. You see how many albums she puts out?
Yeah.
She's on a world fucking tour right now.
Yeah, like billionaires aren't all over the place. aren't influencing right-wing politics. You're absolutely right.
Indeed.
It is, yeah. But it's okay for Ted Nugent to have a voice. Yeah. That's because they only like people who dated teenagers. Come on. We got to keep up with this. Taylor has endorsed a politician before.
She has. She endorsed Biden in 2020.
But endorsing is not the same as working with the campaign.
Indeed.
Or anything. Taylor and Brandon
Joe
conspiracy
Brandon.
theory. Joe Brandon.
Taylor
yeah,
and
there's
Joe Brandon.
all the people who are like, it was a conspiracy that the Chiefs went to the Super Bowl. Like they haven't. This wasn't the fifth time in 5 or the fourth time in 5 years that they went to the Super Bowl.
The third time that they've won. Like,
okay.
Hello.
Ted Nugent and Kid Rock. Grandpa's feeling a little frisky. Yeah, same with that other grandpa.
Yeah, we
Ted
had family
Nugent, too.
over, and let me tell you, the amount of Bud Light comments that I heard, I was just keeping
I was
my
gonna
mouth
snap.
shut. Keeping my mouth shut. Keeping my mouth shut.
I'm like, you can't have any opinions on Bud Light because
y'all don't even drink it.
You have never tasted it.
My God.
No thanks.
Drives me bonkers.
This is scary. The right wingers really believe that. I can't believe that, like...
You can get the right wingers to believe just about anything.
Seriously.
At this point.
It's so funny that the right wingers' biggest op is, like, Taylor Swift.
Honestly. Well, like, I just saw a thing today from a social media guy that I followed that was like, if you would have told me, like, 10 years ago that the right is pissed at a football player and a country singer getting together...
I know. You would have thought...
I would be stunned.
You would have thought it's the Chicks and...
Right.
What's his name? Kaepernick. Well, not 10 years ago, but...
Yeah. Like, they are really, like, they're straying from their roots. And now Beyonce's doing country. Like, hello. We love to
Dark
see
Brandon
it.
washed Taylor's feet.
Dark Brandon.
I fear that if she really spoke out on her views, she would be a bit sus on race. I can't say for sure, but giving up her privilege is kind of not brand friendly. I will say...
There's obviously areas that she can do better in, for sure.
And obviously she's a billionaire. I have big issue with that.
Nikkei
But
has big issues with that.
When it comes to anecdotally just watching the Eras Tour movie, she has mostly non-white dancers, which I think is refreshing.
All her backup singers are black.
For a white artist.
Like, I think for a white artist on such a pop tour... Like, it shouldn't be this way. Like, we shouldn't have to be having this conversation like, wow, the white lady's having black people. Like, that's great. But, like, this is where we are in the state of America. 80s. And something is better than nothing, I think, is kind of the approach that I'm taking. Because when we get into the black and white thinking is where we start to get in trouble. And so I do appreciate her efforts. And she, you know, she supports small businesses, like, you know, even though she tends to wear very expensive things, I do appreciate, like, she wears clothing that gets sent to her from small businesses, and then people figure out the small business, and they get inundated with, you know, orders and shit. And so, and she also donates every city she goes to that she performs in on the tour, she donates to animal shelters. And so it's like, she does more, I think, than a lot of people do. Now, carbon emissions is a whole other conversation.
Yeah, that's an issue.
But
well, and another thing about the carbon footprint thing is people were like, oh, well, she does purchase carbon credits to offset her carbon footprint. And then everybody would like jumping down people's throats on that one. Like people, I mean, they were going so hard on carbon credits the last however long ago. I don't even know. To know now that it doesn't do jack shit. I feel like not everybody knows that. And, you know, obviously intent is kind of irrelevant when it comes to stopping the doomsday clock on our planet's demise. But
yeah, I'm not 100% Swiftie apologist by any means, but I personally, and this is not good for the environment, but I can see how I personally wouldn't want to fly on a public flight. Like, I can selfishly see why I wouldn't. Like, Jason Kelsey, Travis's brother, just did an interview where he talked about how Travis recently moved into a new home and people were camped outside his old home. And then he moved to the new home to, you know, hoping to get away from these people as like a side effect of that. And then somebody knocked on his window the first day that he fucking moved in. And so I'm like, these people
deranged behavior.
And she has legit stalkers. And so I personally, for selfish reasons, don't know that I would feel comfortable flying publicly.
Yeah, deranged behavior in the United States of America, where
100%.
if you even accidentally pull into someone's drive-through to turn around because their street is narrow, they could shoot you dead.
Well, and her stalkers get out of jail like every other day, you know, like, and her use is excessive. And she had the
excessive.
plane that she lent, I think, to like her friends and shit, which I'm like, okay, like really. But I heard she sold one of her planes, which like whoop-de fucking do, but you know.
The epitome of girl boss white feminism. She's not going to endorse any president outright. That would hurt her brand's appeal to the average person. I think they call that bourgeois feminism, where they, a lot of people will only continue to support the issues that might possibly affect them, and it gains them notoriety and things in that field, which is why also when it comes to rich people and their philanthropy, I don't really care about what their philanthropy is, because it's all performative. It's for their image and everything. I mean, even look at Ashton Kutcher. What is his philanthropy? It has to do with like sexual abuse and things like that. And him and his wife were out there telling that bozo Scientologist who's in prison for the R word. They were like, oh yeah, it's like, I don't even remember, but it was in the news not that long ago. Like, it's all bleh. She's billionaire. If you're billionaire in my book, you're a villain. Yeah.
She's a capitalist queen, that is for sure.
There's a little bit more nuance between when you look at people like Taylor Swift,
who are literally
and
self-made.
Look at
with her parents' help.
With her parents' help.
But her parents weren't like wealthy.
Getting that rich in her business is very different from becoming a billionaire in Elon or Jeff Bezos' fashion, where they are explicitly, there's no way for them to be getting rich other than cutting the wages of their workers and increasing the profit margins so that they can take a fatter check. Ashton had to step down. Oh,
well, that's fair.
That's what you get, buddy.
More than fair.
That is exactly. Kenneth Copeland getting in a tube with a bunch of demons. Yeah. Let my man Kenneth fly private. Come on. We can't make him get into a tube with a bunch of demons. I mean, people. Regular people. Children. Come on now. Pretty sure she's better than most billionaires in the world, given the way this world works. Yeah, it's...
She also takes really good care of her employees.
Yeah, it's
So
an interesting dynamic.
I don't think it's completely fair to lump her in with the evil billionaire argument.
But she doesn't have to be a billionaire. That's all I have to say about that.
She doesn't.
Nobody
but
has to.
I also have more respect for her than I do somebody like Elon or
Jeff
or any of those fucking assholes. You know what I mean? Like, nobody can question work ethic on Taylor's part, in my opinion. You just can't.
Yeah.
She doesn't sit on her ass and make money.
McKay, do you mean to still be so tiny?
We're on the chat screen.
Oh, shit. I
didn't know if you were doing that on purpose.
No, I didn't see it out of the corner of my eye.
Okay.
Sorry. Everybody's watching their own chats go on. He'd have to stop 65% of his ministry to fly commercial.
Fair.
You know, that's fair. We wouldn't want him to do that. I mean, Taylor Swift actually be talented and hardworking and smart over apartheid Emerald Baron heir. Lying about being an apartheid Baron heir, which is even funnier that his pervert dad totally aired out the dirty laundry on that one. Or the fucking absolute death trap guillotine that they built that patinas just by looking at it. That's crazy. Oh, that's from him. I thought you were making a joke. Wow, he's funny. He makes his own jokes. Thanks, Latter-day Ain't. But we know nothing about her. She could actually be a horrible person, and this was all a farce. We literally don't know her. But all billionaires are unethical. Yeah. That was my big little piece of wisdom that I learned from Ethan Klein in the past week was these people are not my friends, and to say that I know them is a stretch. I'm not really sticking my neck out for anybody. However,
another influencer
yes,
that I learned from that is if you feel the need to get super defensive of like an internet personality or a celebrity, then you might want to examine if you're getting too parasocial.
Log off for a bit.
Because I don't feel the need to defend Taylor. I feel the need to have nuanced conversations about it. And I'm not on the billionaire train.
Yeah.
But I don't like when people lump her in the same boat because I don't think she's in the same boat.
I'm on the... I'm not a Swiftie, but as soon as people who don't like her for the billionaire stuff are out here saying her music is uninteresting, is boring, I'm going to have to disagree with you. I don't think you know what the fuck you're talking about. I don't like all of Taylor Swift's songs, but you don't know what you're talking about. Sorry.
And just like anything else, it's a brand. But my personal opinion is we tend to know who the shitty celebrities are. And if you have the eyes on you that Taylor has on her, if she was a shitty person, we would have fucking heard about it by now. The girl can't make a fucking move any direction without eyes on her anywhere. Like, we're analyzing her literal facial fucking expressions. Like, you think we wouldn't have heard some sketchy shit about her by now?
Real talk. Yeah. There's, I'm usually a no nuance person. But, like her music just concerns me as a person, which is fair. I think everybody should be criticized.
I mean, that's what we do.
Yeah. Her music isn't my thing either. There's a handful of songs that I genuinely do like. But musically, what she does is impressive in a lot of cases. And if you're out here saying, oh, Taylor Swift's music is boring, I'm sorry. Objectively, every single artist that you like is probably boring when you compare it to like grindcore.
Yeah, I mean, it's just everybody's preferences, you know?
It's your preference.
It's just everybody's preferences. And I grew up on country music and, you know, Dolly and the Chicks and Toby Keith and Tim McGraw. And
I will ride hard for the Chicks for the way that they took a stand and that one song.
Yeah, if she gave away more money, she'd be solid in my book. That's really my only issue.
Yeah, blind adoration is weird. It's weird. But, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, and I don't listen to her popular stuff. Like, the songs that I listen to of hers are the songs that don't get played on the radio, and that's just because, like, that's what I think piques people's interest. But then when you get into her albums that really didn't get on the radio and shit, like, you realize that there is a whole plethora of, like, lyricism and talent and whimsicalness that the world doesn't even get exposed to.
She's definitely not country anymore. She's officially not been country since,
I think she'll
like,
be country at heart forever, but not in practice necessarily.
Yeah. Beyonce's country now. Who is another billionaire?
Yeah, Beyonce's a billionaire, but I don't see regular criticism of Beyonce. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there's something to be said for
or
the
Rihanna.
Like, hyper exposure of Taylor Swift being a billionaire, and we don't bring that same energy to Rihanna or Beyonce or Jay-Z or, you know.
Riff Chick, you are absolutely right. The rap part is cringe. Another one I cannot take seriously is are you ready for it?
Ready for it.
Ready for it. I can't take that one seriously either. It's just I don't know. It's for somebody. It's not for me though. She's a country songwriter, but her music is about. Yeah, I think that's a fair.
Her best music is the stuff that isn't on the radio. Hard agree. Folklore.
Oh yeah, Dolly is also a billionaire.
Yeah, I was going to say, we worship Dolly. So bring that. That's my beef. Is bring that same energy wherever you go.
Make sure you bring Orville Peck. Shout out.
We love Orville Peck.
To be fair, I think people did think Beyonce and Jay-Z were the Illuminati because they were billionaires. I think that goes for all the billionaires.
If you're a country fan, you know that Beyonce, if you're a Beyonce fan, which I have, like, I may even be a harder Beyonce fan than I am a Taylor Swift fan, because I used to play Beyonce's CDs on my stereo in my bedroom, on my Hello Kitty stereo. My mom would tell me the numbers of songs to skip that were inappropriate. She's always been country. She's got country twang. Like Daddy Lessons on Lemonade, that's a country-ass song on a pop album. So I think she was always destined to go this way, to be honest. And I'm really glad she's experimenting with it.
Oh, did that change recently?
There's no
Dolly's
way she's not a billionaire.
no longer a billionaire.
I figured by this point she would have reached that milestone. Made
well,
a billion,
that's how
but
you do
not
it.
A billionaire.
Net worth in 2024. There you go. That's how you do it.
Yeah. Give away enough of your money.
Give it away. Because at one point, I mean, the wealth is just so excessive that you can't even do anything with it.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do with it? You just have it in a bank account in Switzerland. And yeah, so shout out to Dolly. I retract my statement. I thought Dolly was a billionaire.
She would be probably if she
but
didn't
yeah,
donate
she
her
does.
money.
Yeah, she. If you're unfamiliar, Dolly sends books to kids for free.
It's true. In certain states.
Oh, is it not everywhere?
It wasn't in Utah, I don't think.
Anyway, I wouldn't have taken advantage of it anyway because we don't need the help. But shout out to Dolly. More wigs. Anyway, do we have anything else? Anything else that we need to talk about? We're doing gaming stream tomorrow. Oh, she did a big donation for the COVID vaccine research.
Oh, I vaguely remember that.
I forgot about that.
I vaguely remember that. Which, good for her. We love to see it.
I saw a clip of Hassan talking about, like, oh, the Pfizer Moderna backing Travis Kelce and everybody. They're the ones who win the Super Bowl. Oh, isn't that convenient? Making a joke, obviously.
Yeah, that just fuels their fire.
This is random, but what do you guys think of Blucifer? Blucifer's dope.
Lucifer is dope.
Everyone's like, it's so ugly, but I think it's
cool.
metal. It's dope.
I saw a child on the internet saying you weren't a real Swiftie if you weren't supporting the Chiefs. That made me realize the big problem is the children not understanding the nuance and problems. Yeah, I wouldn't call myself like a Chiefs fan by any means, but I'll watch them if my team sucks.
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
like, I'm here for good football. So
yeah, I like watching football, but I don't like I can't dedicate any sort of like keeping track of anything or being like a fan for a team. If it's on, great.
Plus, they've just got good players. I mean,
it was a great game though. Holy moly!
Patrick Mahomes is
literally
a
in the last
quarterback.
15 seconds
Their
they decided that
defense is
game.
Phenomenal. Travis is lovely. Like,
April says, all I do is watch your and Hassan's content. I'm so glad for this overlap. It's funny because I like
big
Hassan
fans.
but I never watch Hassan streams. It's too much for me. I'll watch the clips. Thanks. Yeah,
we Hassan fans.
I couldn't believe that they didn't kick it.
I can't believe they didn't either.
I can't believe they sent it.
Seconds on the clock. That is the giant blue horse statue.
Yeah, let me
You are
show
correct.
everybody. It has an infamous reputation. A big debutation.
Stop. The Rockies will break anyone. Miku's headphones. I can't think of a baseball team that will break someone more than the Rockies.
I've been to several Rockies games in my lifetime. They have never won anytime I've been there.
Nope.
Or really had an interesting game. I'm just not a fan of... I can't watch baseball. I will watch like almost anything else. Even though I'm not really that interested in any sports, I will watch football and enjoy it. I'll watch soccer and enjoy it. The other football. Hockey, fucking basketball and all that. But I cannot watch baseball. It is even slower than football, and
Hard
I can't
agree.
stand it.
You went to 40 games in 2019. Oh my gosh.
Sheesh.
You are dedicated. You've probably seen our family there because they go fairly often.
Yeah. One time, my coworker in Utah went to a Rockies game, and he was sitting 2 rows behind my sister. Just out of
I forgot about that.
pure fucking coincidence. It was really weird. This is Lucifer. It is a statue of a demonic-looking stallion that is right at the entrance of Denver International Airport, and it is famous for one of the casts came loose and fell on the artist, and he had a artery in his leg rupture, and he died. So it has like this kind of demonic reputation, a big deputation, if you will.
Yeah, so I mean, people don't like it, but I think it's kind of quirky Denver thing, you know?
Yeah, everyone's like, oh, it just looks so awful. I'm like, I don't care. It's big, and it's metal.
It is kind of creepy, I'll give you that. But DIA is like a conspiracy theory hub, so...
Dude, I've seen people who are like, am I the only one who's like just been in DIA, like people who aren't from here, who's just been in DIA and gotten like this weird vibe, like something is going on? And honestly, growing up in Denver, I don't know what the fuck anybody is talking about. Or I see this one, I won't name it, but if you're from here, you know, this one road come up on like these like cryptid TikToks or whatever, and they're like, would you drive this road at night? I'm like, bitch, if the sun goes down and I'm at my parents', how the hell else am I gonna get home? Oh, the mural. Yeah, let's show the mural that everybody's talking about. I don't think the mural is as weird. I guess there's a bunch of like New World Order kind of iconography or whatever. Jordan, did you mean to delete that?
Yeah, I did. Because of past comments.
Oh. I just saw it go and I was like, what? What's wrong with Lucifer?
$40 an hour for parking sounds about right.
Is this one of the ones? This is one of the ones. This is not the one I'm thinking of. This is the one I'm thinking of. Oh, there's a whole Denver Post article about it. Hold on, let me bring this over to y'all. We are really getting into the thick of what it means
Denver lore
to be apostates off topic over here. This is the one that I always think of.
Zoom in a little bit, can you?
Yeah, maybe. We'll see how the Denver Post website is with that. Go away. Go away! Stop! So here's one of those murals, which is... I mean, it's interesting, to say the least. Kind of odd. But, I mean, it seems like it is...
creepy vibes.
It is seeming like it's... in my very uneducated art synthesis brain here, it looks like it has something to do with authoritarianism of sorts. I don't know. The hat is giving USSR vibes, kind of, and then all the people suffering, and he's standing over all of it, and kind of the ruins and everything. It kind of is giving that the authoritarian, whatever that may be, is makes everybody suffer. I don't know. Is there an image of other ones? Oh, there's these,
The
I guess.
gargoyles.
I always forget that these are even there.
My mom was always creeped out by those.
Honestly, I don't even know. America, why I love your... Oh, is there other...
Scroll up. There's a...
Is there like a slideshow?
I think so. Maybe.
Maybe.
I assume that's what it would be.
I guess there's not other parts of it. Hold on.
Oh my goodness. Okay, super chat LEV. Hopefully I said that right. Privilege is tricky because her reality and the rules of engagement can't relate, so any choice to or recognition of privilege then is performative. Yeah, it is a...
Why can't I...
a dicey topic
hold
to
on.
be, or a position especially to be in as a celebrity of that caliber.
I hate those websites where you can't like click out of it. That shit drives me nuts. Oh, maybe it was because it was in a different window. Psych. Never mind.
Never mind. But this is, I mean, this stuff just fuels the weird conspiracy theories of the Denver airport.
Yeah.
I do not actually think there is probably anything to them because I am not really a conspiracy theorist, but people are absolutely convinced the DIA houses like an insane amount of...
Yeah, and the runways are in the shape of a swastika, but
there is that.
That is a utilitarian choice, so that planes can come on approach from any direction.
Caroline.
It is a major. I think last year it was the third busiest airport in the United States, so they get a lot of traffic going through there. Yeah, there's a better look at it. I mean, this one is giving how consumption is destroying the planet. That's just me.
I like the buffalo.
Built on stolen land. I'm guessing.
I mean, they are very beautiful.
Very detailed.
Yeah.
There's that one again. Oh, and now they've Triumph. Yeah, so I guess it does tell a story.
Someone said
I only ever passed this one.
The murals are anti-war.
Oh, okay. I only ever passed that one. I'm only ever on like the Terminal East or whatever, because I've never really flown crazy far or anything like that. Anyway,
Carrie Ann upgraded her membership. Thank you, Carrie Ann.
Do we have anything else?
That's all I had.
Okay.
That's everything.
Oh, nobody could even see that shit. I'm fucking stupid.
Scroll back up.
Why is this not responding all of a sudden?
Discover the game changer that hydrates and helps with painful sex. It just wants us to see the ad.
Yep. Well, this window seems like it's frozen. Maybe I can...
Our computer is having a hard time.
I don't... Is it all of... Oh.
Our computer is...
It's gotten... it's locked up because of Facebook.
Facebook, why'd you do this?
Get out of here. Well, that's interesting. Sorry, guys. I guess that...
Anyways.
You can go and research it on your free time. Because I'll have to pull it back up, and I don't want to do that. I'm lazy. I'm usually in the Southwest Terminal, LOL, the worst one.
I haven't been there in so long, and it gives me great pleasure to say that.
I was there a little while ago, taking my uncle back. My uncle has Down syndrome, so we take him to all the way to the gate. We escort him, and Kazoo was a fucking fan, dude. He thought that was so awesome. So, anywho, I can't even do anything with the...
Our chat froze too. Our
Man, Facebook put this thing in a headlock. Shit.
Shutting down. So that is it. We are working on our edited video. I hope you will like it. It is about a certain Mormon influencer who happens to have a farm and is the subject of great controversy and opinions as of late. I won't say anything other than that. We'll see if you guys can
See if somebody
figure it
can
out.
piece it together.
Those were some pretty solid hints.
So, I think that's it. Hit that like button if you are excited
Here's
for...
baloney.
If you're excited for stream tomorrow. For Smith's Sim stream tomorrow.
If you're new, we stream twice a week. We stream typically, this week has been off because of our schedule, but we stream typically on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights.
Yes.
Thursday nights are a gaming stream, and then we have some edited videos in there in between. We're working on one right now. I see somebody who put Ballerina Farms.
That'd be the one.
You would be correct.
Also, somebody asked if we'd been to all the Colorado national parks. I haven't, actually. I didn't know there were so many. There's a bunch. There's like the Black Canyon of the Gunnison, I think, is a Colorado or a national park.
I don't know if I've been to that
And
one.
then the Sand Dunes
Rocky Mountain I've been to. Sand
is
Dunes
a
I've been
national
to.
park. So yeah, there's a few. All those are super far from all the places that I've been, really. So
Is Tom okay? Tom
apologies.
is fine. He has had food. I don't know where he is.
Yeah, he's just vibing.
I can't tell the boys apart. Help. This is Benoni. The only difference is Tom is lighter colors and doesn't have stripes on his body right here. Baloney has stripes on his body right here. Tom, interestingly enough, doesn't have any stripes on his body and just has them on his head and his tail, which is kind of interesting for the type of cat that he
LOL,
is.
why was Mike so fucking
I don't know.
pressed?
That's why I just muted him. Because I was like, okay.
What a fucking
Everybody
baby.
on this, like, all our haters hate headbands. I don't know what it is. Whether it's you or me, they hate them.
We hate him. I desperately want to go to a bunch of national parks with my dogs next March. Yeah. I would like to go to the Black Canyon of the Gunnison. That place looks fucking cool. But it's so far.
Yeah, I wish we were closer.
Oh, Mesa Verde. I also want to go to Mesa Verde.
I don't know why people hate headbands so much, but for whatever reason, the headband haters always come to our channel. And whether I'm wearing them or McKay is wearing them, everybody always hates them.
I know. And then most people are like, bring back the headbands. What are we doing? Headband time. Hello. So sorry. Oh, if you guys want to understand. I love this. This is so messy. I love this function. This is what I was referring to. Some goofy boy named Mike. You Gaia fucking suck. Get more enters. What's with the headband? You. And then just Lucifer
Don't even understand it.
in capital letters.
I don't have the patience for it.
So it's a good time over here. Anyway.
Thank you guys for your nice comments.
Jordan is beautiful. Also, she's my lover.
I have a giant zit on my face right now and it's driving me nuts. I can't stand it. I also am I'm 5 days away from being a month out from my surgery. Officially.
It is approaching.
Has anybody in here, I'm curious, has anybody in here had a hysterectomy or a partial hysterectomy? Because I was like, I'll just take 2 weeks off work. And then I started doing some research on
that's
how
what
long...
your fucking... That's what your employer will tell you to do.
Yeah. And so then I started doing some research and people were like...
I'm just saying in general. I'm not talking about...
Not my current employer. No. Take, like, usually 6, take up to 8. And then I was like, oh, God.
Shit.
Okay. Because that's my income. And I mean, I think...
Don't worry, Sage. It was Jordan that did that.
I think I will be on the lesser end anyway because I do sit for a living. I don't have to be up and about and moving. But...
We've had several people.
I don't do
At least you
pain.
don't count because you live in Australia and they probably took care of you better.
Probably. So I don't know what partial... It's a big surgery. So that's why I'm
kidding.
scared, and I'm thinking 2 weeks probably isn't enough. But, you know, me being a therapist, that's hard on me. It's hard on my clients. Because I've had endometrial excisions before laparoscopically, and that put me down for a solid 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That kicked my ass for a solid 2 weeks. It was nothing like my C-section.
How much time did I take off of work?
Not very much.
No,
It was only
after
a few days.
No, after Kazoo.
You had a month.
Several weeks.
I thought you had a month.
Maybe 5 weeks.
Well, you had extra time.
Yeah, I had extra time.
Because the church gives men like 3 weeks, I think.
Yeah, and I think I took 2 whole weeks paid time that I had.
Yeah, and the problem is I don't think I can file for FMLA for my understanding because I haven't been with my employer for a year. If I had stayed at my other job, I could file for FMLA, but...
Which is fucking ridiculous.
I've only been at my new job for a few months now.
I don't even think you worked that goal long enough.
Huh?
I don't think you worked there long enough either.
With my internship?
Yeah.
Oh, I was probably a year and a half.
No, I think it was only like 8 months.
Nuh-uh. I
Because
worked
you started
the
there
summer.
I guess so.
Yeah, because I started in
forgot about
August, graduated in May, and
then
didn't
you
switch
left
jobs
it
till November.
Oh, okay.
Or October. Yeah.
Obvious doesn't help with your clients who want to see you,
Yeah.
but isn't exactly what
I do work from
FMLA is
home,
for.
so I think I will take less time than most people need, but I don't know what to, like, I don't want to tell my boss that I need 2 weeks and then am, like, literally dying and need to ask for 2 more, and I would like to be able to prep my clients. So, I don't know.
You definitely want a full 4. Okay. 6 to 8
That means
is
you're
even
going to
better.
be seeing a lot more of us because that's our income, everyone.
Does McKay have a degree? I am not educated. College educated.
He did some college,
I've
but
been to
he
school.
left so I could go.
But yeah.
Yeah, FMLA doesn't pay you. It just basically says they can't
Saves
fire you.
your... I guess it wouldn't matter for you because you just...
No, I don't think Julie would fire me for that.
Although we are going
She's
to
a
have to
lovely
pay
lady.
out of pocket for our fucking
Gonna pay out of pocket for my health insurance.
Which is fun. I work in the healthcare system in Australia. They recommend 6 minimum.
Oh, God.
Maybe take 4, then reduce if you can.
That's what I'm thinking.
I
I was
think we should at
thinking
least
3.
plan for 4, and then you can start making appointments later on. It is a huge surgery.
The doctor will
It's
tell you 6.
taking out, like, mass-wise, like, most of one of your entire organ systems.
Yeah. Bye-bye, uterus.
Bye-bye. So long, Gay Bowser. Did anybody else think that Mario would say that in Mario 64? Would you go back to school? I've always wanted to. I don't know what I would do. That's the problem. And I don't have time for it right now, so. Because I have a 3-year-old that I take care of during the day.
Well, I'm thinking, I'm waiting. I see my OBGYN not next week, but the following week. I see my surgeon, and so I'll talk to him and see what he says. But I'm thinking 3 or 4. We'll probably...
It's called doing a uterus.
Uterus.
Yeet that ute.
Yeah, I might have to give some of my clients a different therapist while I'm out.
Do you think they would just wait for you? I feel like 6 weeks is like waiting time. I wouldn't want to explain all my trauma to someone else over again.
I mean, I don't think I would take more than 4, to be honest. And so I think most of my clients would not want to have to see... I mean, I personally wouldn't want to, just like you said, have to explain it to somebody else, but I would never fault a client who would feel like they would need somebody in the meantime. Planning on just taking the uterus if he feels like it's necessary, which at this point it probably is. And I would like to keep my ovaries because I don't want to get dropped into menopause at almost 27. So that's
You'll be
my
27
goal.
then.
I will be 27 then.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to at least maintain one of them.
What day is your birthday? Is it going to fall on a stream day?
It's a Thursday.
Oh, it's going to fall on a stream day. Let's go. My therapist wife had a baby, and
Has
she
anybody
went out
had a
for 8
C-section
weeks.
and a hysterectomy? What was worse? I feel like my C-section will be worse, but it's different pain, so it might, you never know.
Baloney truly is living his best life. I sent Jordan a picture of him yesterday. I was playing Pal World, and
I won't go through menopause if they leave my ovaries, so that's why I'm hoping that I'm able to at least keep one ovary. Yeah,
you have
lots
such
of
bad
people
luck
will
all the time.
still...
I feel like.
Me?
Yeah,
I always have.
I feel like you would be the one who has a issue with it. Here was
Probably.
Baloney the other day while I'm on the couch. What you can't really see here, here's my arm, and there's my hand.
He was being a long boy.
A beached whale.
Okay, people are saying C-section is worse. He knows my birthday, he just didn't know what day of the week.
Yes, I do know her birthday.
Baloney
If I didn't
being
know
so
her
cute.
birthday, I'd never be able to get into her phone.
It's true. My wife says C-section. Okay. That gives me a little bit of hope because my C-section about ended me for a few other reasons. But yeah, I'm 27 and there are some risks with having a hysterectomy this young. But it's kind of like it's kind of like swapping risks, unfortunately. Like you take on some in the hopes that pain and fatigue will stop. That is my main hope, is that the chronic pain and fatigue will go away.
Where did the eggs go? They go in the omelets, silly goose. Oh, wait, not those kinds of eggs.
My understanding is I do have some friends who have had hysterectomies that still get ovulation pain because they still have ovaries. I don't understand, our United States healthcare system is not notorious for giving proper healthcare on women's reproductive systems. I just now learned the other day that the uterus and the ovaries aren't in like a straight line. It's like a little ball.
Yeah.
Which everything that you've ever seen outlines it as like, here's your uterus and then your ovaries are over here. When in reality, like, here's your uterus and your ovaries are like right here.
Oh, like on top of each other.
Yeah. So it's like a really tiny space.
Well, I
and
thought
my
it was...
brain, because of everything, it's Bologna is how we spell his name.
Yeah, like Oscar Mayer.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty crazy because I didn't know. I always thought that it was like a closed system. But in reality, the ovaries aren't connected. There's space between the ovaries and the tubes.
See, these are all things
And
that we should have
sometimes
learned in school.
eggs don't go into the tubes. They just vibe out, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Well, and sometimes they don't implant properly when they for conception or however the terminology.
Honestly, lived experience is a real hard or real strong case against inspired design, because, or what do you call that? Divine creation or whatever, divine design.
Ain't nothing divine about my uterus, I'll tell you that much.
It gave us
which
kazoo,
I think I have, and my surgeon thinks it also. I think I have endo in my C-section scar, which he says is not uncommon.
Y'all been watching MDJ? Who's MDJ? Intelligent Design. Thank you.
Mama Dr. Jones.
No,
I only see clips of her every once in a while. I've heard good things about her though.
No, this guy, it's a man.
It's not concerning that you don't
He's
get cramps.
chill.
A lot of people don't.
But I don't remember who it was.
If you get bad cramps, that's not normal.
That's abnormal.
We've been conditioned to think that that's normal, but it's not.
Every person I know gets them really bad, so I feel like that is the normal thing, and just nobody cares about it. Holy shit, I'm not made by Intelligent Design for sure. Seriously. Anyway, it's pretty late. We're just going. As a trans guy, I want the teat yeet and the ute yeet.
I think a lot of my pain.
Everybody should be able to yeet whatever will help them live to be their true selves.
My fun endo experience too is that, which I think are my adhesions, is because I have had endo surgery once. When I sneeze, it hurts my uterus and my ovaries in that area. Feels like they're gonna like tear off every time I sneeze. That's not normal, according to my surgeon. And they're probably stuck together, which is just great.
Pup Dog got all the Book of Mormon references in the musical because of us.
Hell yeah.
We appreciate
We
the
love
shout
that.
out.
We love prepping people for that.
The Teat Yeet did the Teat Yeet recently and loving it. It was a really straightforward surgery for me and insurance covered it, thank God.
Nice.
That's awesome. I will say my cramps went down 50% after switching to the cup.
I wish I could switch to the cup. It gives me too much anxiety.
I don't think it would help you because you don't use tampons. Anyway, I don't think it would make any difference for you.
No, I have too much pain.
I'm assuming you meant switching from tampons to the cup. Shout out to the other trans guy.
All you people in here are like, wait,
there
that
are
happens
literally
to me.
dozens of them.
My surgeon said that's generally not a normal thing. So obviously I'm not a doctor. Talk to your doctor. But I was told that that's not a normal thing, especially if it's the same place every time. Because for me, it's not just it hurts the whole area. It hurts my right side.
You should see if your surgeon can work on your adhesions. It's not fun, but they have ways to treat it. Like they have you, while they have you open, my partner had 6 hours of adhesion removal last surgery.
This time at least, I'm going to an endo specialist, which I've never gone to before. My last surgeon was not an endo specialist. He did a good job, but he wasn't a specialist. So yeah, this is just all out there. There is nothing personal about me anymore.
Jordan would have told me if there was. Well, Jordan has spoken on.
Yeah. I get pelvic floor spasms really bad, and my mom wouldn't allow me to use tampons when I was growing up. So I think I just did it out of habit. Plus, I get spasms really bad.
Heck yeah, we are transing it up in here. Let's go. I want every single stream to be everybody transing it up.
I 100% do what works best for you. There's no
vibing.
One good method. I've heard plenty of people swear by the cup, and I love that. Plus, it's more eco-friendly, and so get that.
MB fan is included. Wow, there is nothing. I don't identify as trans, more gender non-conforming, but this brought me in line with my internal self-perception physically. I'm like cis-ish. Whatever. Everybody's welcome.
Amy, yes, that's what I'm speculating that's what's happening, is that my shit is stuck together, and that's why it freaking hurts. Because it happens to me if I move wrong too. Like if I angle my hips a wrong way, or if I stretch a wrong way, it's all the same pain.
I use a disc. I'm learning new things here. I've never even heard of the disc. That's crazy. You couldn't use tampons.
Pride minute.
Yeah, let's hit up that Pride minute. Everybody show up, show out, throw your colors in the chat. Now is your time.
Well, it looks like we're going to be making more videos during that time. I told McKay that he needs to get me an
air mattress. I was like,
so
we already have an air mattress. Hello.
Because we need to be making some money. We do have a mortgage.
I got to be pulling my weight since Jordan won't be doing any clients. Wait, so I can say my hysterectomy is for the earth. I'm saving the planet. There you go. It's important. You're taking it and giving it back. Jordan works from Colorado, so she would be eligible. Oh, wait, hold on.
Indeed.
What were we talking about? What was Miku saying?
They were talking about insurance and.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we have insurance that works here, so it's not the same that they would get back at the office.
Yep, and it is expensive as shit.
Aces, show up and show out. Let's go. Get the pride in the chat before we go. It's February, but it does not need to be June to have pride. Period boxers for me, great post-surgery.
I've heard good things about those.
Kazoo has some pull-ups. Maybe we can do a little modification. NZ, oh, what's up? Take a few hours off on Sarah. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, that's so nice.
Appreciate
Thank
you. Yeah, maybe
yeah,
we'll
you'll be seeing more videos of us during that time.
Yeah, and I'm thinking maybe they're because I'm not very good at. You don't want to watch me play The Sims. You want to watch Jordan play The Sims. I can interact and do stuff with you guys while Jordan is doing it. Where is the buy flag? The fuck? Maybe we can, if Jordan's not feeling up for game stream or whatever, maybe we'll figure out a game that I can play, and then we can still do the thing.
Cult of the Lamb.
Oh yeah, we could do Cult of the Lamb. That's me. Basically any game that's not Sims or Animal Crossing, that'll be me.
Yeah, yeah. But you being here, supporting us, watching the videos, liking, dropping comments, it all helps us. Since I'm apparently going to be taking off more time than I thought.
We'll see. We'll see. Jordan is kind of quick to recover.
Not with my C-section.
There were other
extenuating circumstances.
Yeah,
I feel like I took forever with my lap too. I feel like other people were like, I was like up and about and walking by day 3. I wanted to cry every time I stood up by day 3.
Yeah.
So that is, I have a high pain tolerance, I'd like to think.
You generally do. It's like such a hard thing to fucking.
You just don't.
You can't
know.
even quantify it, really.
No.
I would like to know, because Jordan's like, if only you could feel this. Honestly, I would like to know to better
empathize,
support you, and empathize.
I feel like you do a good job, but it does validate me when I see other people, like other endo people who are like suffering, not because I want you guys to suffer, but because it makes me feel better that I'm not like a baby about it. Can we do a stream for America Sucks? Let's do a day off for Jordan donation stream. The C-section also, I mean, it is worse because you just got a straight up like gaping open wound that they stitched back up.
Oh yeah, I will never say shit about Jordan's C-section because I watched them push a baby through that wound like a go-gurt.
I felt them stitch up every layer of my skin as they moved it up. Like you can feel all the different, like they go layer by layer. Wasn't supposed to feel that, but I did. I was
hyperventilating in the other room while they were cleaning Kazoo up, so I wasn't there for that part.
Yeah, I was. That's when I was floating above the table, like trying to still cling to Earth. Was when that was happening.
Through the sunroof. Anyway, a Power World stream. I'd be open to that. Although I've been playing Power World right now, so. I'm not the best at it, but I'm getting there. Like a go-gurt.
Literally.
I'm sorry. That is literally.
So nasty.
I mean, they just.
It is so gross. It is nasty. And you can feel it.
Well, you can. You're not supposed to.
You're not supposed to. Some people feel like pressure, like you feel people doing stuff, but you're not supposed to actually feel the pain, which I did. Yeah, then that's the only reason that this hysterectomy is happening, because I will be under anesthesia, okay? That is the only reason.
General.
Because I do not, and I have anxiety about that. This is the first time I've had a procedure since my C-section or been in a hospital for like a surgical procedure of any kind. Like, I am horrified. So
do more gaming for money. There we go. I would really love to play Clone Hero, but that is not very YouTube friendly. So it's a little tough. At least wishing you luck on your surgery. If you want some more delicious Tim Tams of Caramello koalas, let me know.
Oh my gosh.
We can find those here. I the other day I was at the grocery store near me, King Supers, and I found Iron Brew, which I've been wanting to try for a long time. So I'm actually I'm going to try that later.
Drugs. Yeah,
I could find Tim Tam and we appreciate you. Actually, the Bluey and Bingo that you crocheted.
They're down here somewhere.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get up because it's gonna be too much to come and sit back down. But
'Cause
they're
it
down
plays
here.
with them.
Yes. Anyway,
Wishing you luck. Thank you, Elise.
we're
Hope I say
gonna
that right.
call it because we're going on out. We're about to hit hour 3. So everybody's been amazing. Thanks for hanging out.
Thanks
we
for
love
hanging
you.
out.
More to come soon. Oh, you know what? Another thing that we should do
What?
during that time is a
Movie.
members movie watch party. Since you
Yes.
will be down and out.
Make
I've
sure
got
you're
I pulled the movies out of
subscribed.
the box the other day.
We're on
So-
the road to 100K. Make sure
on
you're
the way.
subscribed.
They do have Iron Brew at King Supers. Look, I couldn't tell you. You'd have to look at your own King Supers. Just go on the app and
Thank you all. You'll
Anyway.
see me before surgery, but
Grid
thank
bless.
you.
Yeah, this is a month out, so don't worry about it. We love you. The stream is thank you. Grid night, and we will talk to you soon.
Stream will
Bye.
be thank you.
Stream
Bye.
will be thank you.